J Squad.
We gotta find. Now what do we do? That's the first clue. Now what do we do? That's the first clue. We gotta find.
Oh, okay. I unmuted myself. It said unmuted, and then who knows? Who knows what I did? Anyway, hey everybody, how y'all doing today? Let's start that again. uh, been doing, man, I've been like kind of busy trying to get ready for this campaign this Sunday and work and everything else. So I decided, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do it. My bad, GI. I was late to remind you to unmute. I appreciate it because I need you guys. But yeah, I'm going to work on putting everything into the VTT today while we watch some videos. We got some interesting stuff that I found. Some of it sent to me by people. Others I kind of found on my own. Well, one I found on my own. This idea of, I guess there's been a couple more videos to come out by PopularMMOs. This is like a 17 million subscriber. And if you haven't seen anything over the last like couple of months with him, I want to say he has been through the ringer: alcohol abuse, drug abuse. He actually went viral a little bit because he got arrested by the cops and was trying to talk his way out of it. Uh, so we're gonna watch that. But before we get to that, I had one that was sent to me that I wanted to watch because I thought it was interesting. Uh, Grifters are ruining gaming. This guy is Tony Sino. I looked over his channel. You know, they said he's a normie. Even the normies are tired of hearing the anti-woke. Yeah, looking over his channel, this guy's like as basic as you get for gaming, for a gaming channel and gaming news. So this I thought would be fun to watch. Let's see what the normies have to say about gaming. Let me make that a little bit bigger for y'all. Just a little bit. There we go. There we go. Let me know if that's good or not. All right, let's go ahead and watch this and see where it goes.
Pat, and welcome back to another.
Nope.
Have you ever been so excited for an upcoming brand new video game just to be disappointed and let down again when it turns out the main character is a woman?
Every time, bud. Every time. Women, I'm so tired of women in gaming. I didn't even like it when I was a kid.
Well, congratulations, dog. You're normal. Grifters are completely ruining gaming. And that might sound dramatic or like I'm giving them too much credit, but they legit actually have enough dumbasses listening to the words they're saying to the point where it actually has a detrimental effect on gaming. But let's take a step back real quick, because some of you might not even know what the hell I'm talking about. To understand how we got to where we are in gaming, we first need to understand what a grifter is. The definition of grifter that I like the most is petty swindler. And I can't lie, I can't think of a better description, because that's what these little trolls do, bro. They just fucking they create issues out of literally thin
this is
and then they convince you that you should be mad about said made-up issue. Now, we see this in a lot of places. Politics is one of the biggest ones, but gaming is among the absolute worst. And it's hilarious because besides YouTube, there's really only one platform that these people really like to congregate on. You go on Instagram, TikTok.
It is a weird phenomenon. Like the gaming sphere seems to be the one that's the worst. I mean, yeah, there's a lot of political grifters, and it's kind of always been that way. But for the anti-woke to have like such a, like, they at least have a decent pull, right, in the industry. So it's weird. It's weird. Why is it that way for us in particular?
Some shit like that, there's gonna be normal conversations being held about gaming. Just some normal people for the love of the game, maybe a couple of debates, some shit like that. Everything changes when you open twitter.com. I am not calling that shit X, gang. We should have never allowed people to get paid from engagement on their tweets on Twitter.
True.
The most detrimental thing to society since crack hit in the 80s. And then to add fuel to the fire, we
What also pretty much made the check mark absolutely useless. Anyone can pay for a check mark. Sure, it does something similar, but as long as you pay the money, I don't see any reason why you're not going to get the check mark. I think it's worse when people jump to conclusions and spread misinformation. Well, that's the problem. The whole idea of it is to jump to conclusions. Whether you consider them grifters or not, they absolutely don't look into anything deeper than very surface level. And you know what you know how I feel about pattern recognition and about what is it called, bias, confirmation bias. And that's pretty much what the whole thing is. Blue hair, it's woke. Female, it's automatically woke. They're too ugly for them, it's automatically woke. It's just it sucks.
We got this whole rage bait culture going on now, because you can say some shit that you know is completely false and then turn around and hide behind, bro, you fell for the rage bait. Fuck! Let me give you guys a couple examples of what we're talking about here. Take the Wolverine game coming out for PlayStation 5. You guys remember the Wolverine reveal just a couple of weeks ago, right? Showed Wolverine, Mystique, the combat, some of the story, the graphics look good. I mean, shit. Nope, it ain't good enough for these losers.
Wow, this guy is it's as bad as some of the anti-wokers. I can't stand all that extra stuff.
For a group of people that can't even stand it when a woman is the lead character in the game, you would think that a Wolverine video game would be their cup of tea. You'd think that would be exactly what they need. Nah, bro.
Nope.
They're mad about the woman that is in the game. These people are mad that the X-Men Mystique, the blue shape-shifting mutant, is not sexy enough for them. Okay, I hear y'all.
What the fuck is wrong with y'all?
Bro, they're out here talking about DEI Mystique. What the hell does that even mean? It's at the point now they just throw around whatever buzzword they want to, bro. This shit makes no sense. Cause dog, the attractiveness of a character does not impact the gameplay at all. Why do we give a damn about the side characters' looks right now? On top of that, this shit is the most ironic thing ever. Have y'all seen Mystique in any other media besides Jennifer Lawrence Mystique? Besides her, hold on now. But have y'all seen Mystique in any other like cartoon or any other appearance? I'm not gonna lie to y'all. She's mega chopped! Like, deadass, bro. Ironically, this is one of the best looking appearances of Mystique. She looks good. Listen.
Yeah, but you got to realize with this group, there's only one option, and that's Asian. And not even realistic Asian. It's that type of Asian that's one way. There's only one type of Asian, the super skinny Asian that has the exact face that they want, regardless of the fact that that's not all of Asians or Japanese to begin with. So yeah.
I'm cracking! But okay, cool. They don't like Mystique. Whatever. DEI Mystique. They love manly men in their video games, right? So Wolverine, at the very least, being the main character and the main focus about this game, that should be enough for them to not be complaining too much. Yeah, bro. This Wolverine is a soy boy to them. This Wolverine...
The trouble just has a way of finding me.
Isn't Wolverine enough for these people.
If you remember, Smash went at it and said that... yeah, we love the extra sound effects. If you say so, Kimoji, I'm glad you're enjoying. I mean, I'd like him out of him better than someone else, but man, my old ass, that's not for me. What was I gonna say? I was gonna say even Smash JT tried to go after it by saying something like, "Oh, it's this isn't real gameplay of it. This is all something else. It's all cutscenes." I mean, they'll do anything they can to try and pass it off to make it seem like it's woke, as they would say.
Dog, it gets to it. What are we talking about? I'm watching this man turn people into Anakin Skywalker, bro. Leaping at people with max ferocity. This man is about homicide right now. And it's not enough for y'all? This is ass. This is ass to y'all. Like, it gets to a point where I really wonder, what is it that y'all want from these games? They are just committed to the grift, bro.
They don't want anything from the games. That's the thing you try and get into. The cutscene thing was so embarrassing. He got mogged by Keith. Yeah, I know. How do you get mogged by Keith? But I mean, it was so easy to see. Like, even his own guys didn't come in to defend him. They were like, yeah, I mean, what do we say? Oh, goodness. Smash showing he doesn't know what cutscenes nor quick time events are. Yeah. Well, I've seen his, unless he is like an avid console player, I've seen his Steam page and it is dire. It is dead. So like, how much does he actually play versus how much does he actually talk about gaming? I'd like to see it.
It's insane. Remember how I said they will make up things to be mad at and then try to convince you to be mad at the thing they made up? Just listen to a clip of one of my favorite grifters, the wonderful Vara Dark. Let me just play you a quick clip of something she said recently.
One thing that I thought was really weird about this trailer that I had said while I was live streaming the State of Play is the fact that 90% of the enemies that Wolverine is beating up are minorities. So I just have a very sneaking suspicion that it's going to be about his white privilege privilege and him coming to terms with that and him trying to become a better man. I just have a feeling that that is not a coincidence.
Oh, Vara. My sweet, sweet angel. Are you smoking crack? This is how you know these people don't play or care about the games they're talking about at all. They just want to monetize off of.
Ooh, Normie saying that the grifters don't play games, that the anti-woke don't play games. Whew, that's rough.
Your outrage. Why does it look like Wolverine's fighting a lot of minorities in the Wolverine game trailer? I don't know, man. Could it be that the game's not in fucking America? Dog, the game is set in Madripoor, a fictional country, not the United States. So if anything, Wolverine is the minority where he's at in that story. And guys, these people do this with every game now. I just showed you them saying Mystique in the new Wolverine game ain't sexy enough for them. So that begs the question, what do they want these characters to look like? And of course, it was no other game than Ghost of Yotei to provide us an answer to this question. Holy fuck, we cannot be serious. If Ghost of Yotei made Atsu look like this, the game would have sold 1 million copies by now. Holy shit. I can smell the person who tweeted this from here. I mean this with all sincerity, bro. You cannot be dead ass. Bro, this game is set in the 1600s. I'm a gamer. I don't need my character to look like this shit. Nobody in the 1600s is looking like this, bro. Shit, nobody today is naturally looking like this. And I'm a gamer, bro. I'd much rather have my character look like this. Forget the yitties. Like, bro, corn is free. You feel me? If you're really trying to see all that, you know, hit the Google one time or hear me out. Even better, go talk to a woman in real life. I know, that's a crazy ass. Hear me out.
I mean, I wonder, like, if a lot of this stems from just us no longer being out and about like we used to, and just people not running into women. Yeah, there was the talk the other day in our Discord about, you know, men and women, and you know, the women are mad at men because they're not the men they want them to be. Men are, you know, not wanting to date just any woman. They have to be a certain hotness, or men are saying that they're scared to even attempt. So, I mean, there's got to be something. Yeah, the dating crisis. There's got to be something that is involved with it, like something that matches up somewhere.
That shit is way more rewarding. This is what gives gamers a bad rap, bro. I look at tweets like this, I just feel disappointment, bro. Like, this tweet really just describes everything in a nutshell, bro. Cause like, dog, what the fuck are you talking about? And the real irony of this tweet, it came out October 8th. The caption reads, if Ghost of Yotei made Atsu look like this, the game would have sold 1 million copies by now. The game came out October 2nd and sold 1 million copies the first day. Which means by the time this
well, okay. To be fair, we don't have the numbers, but yeah, it very much is looking like the game sold big the first day, even though the anti-wokes are still trying to push the narrative that it somehow didn't. But I guess we'll see. We'll see. All right, that's looking like it's going to line up.
tweeted this tweet, the game had already sold well over 1 million copies. Dumbass! This is why I tell y'all, bro, they don't care about these games at all. They just want to piss you off and then run up money off you talking shit underneath their tweet about the game. It makes no sense, bro. Y'all cannot be falling for this, bro. And y'all cannot genuinely convince these people to make you care about dumb shit like this. It doesn't matter. Like, bro, now they're coming after The Witcher 4. The Witcher series being one of the most beloved game franchises ever. What are they mad at this time? Go ahead. I'm gonna let y'all take a quick guess. I'm gonna give you a few seconds. You ready? DEI makes everything worse. And it's just 2 pictures of the main character. At first, I just thought they were mad that this game has a female lead. But no, they're just mad that she's not hot enough for them. Again, crazy take. I know y'all don't talk to women in real life. She's ugly to y'all? And again, I have to stress this. Even if
they got to look as young as possible. We can't have characters mature, especially if they're women. The women have to stay as young as possible. I mean, what else do you say? And this was already something that was dealt with the anti-wokers earlier, where a lot of the anti-wokers were going, hey, no, this person looks fine. But, you know, it is what it is, I suppose.
If she is ugly to y'all, who gives a damn? This is not Concord, right? Concord was another story. Concord was a hero shooter, right? A hero shooter. Every character has a unique design, unique abilities. They have to incentivize you to play said characters. No one's going to spend money playing a hero shooter where none of the heroes look good at all. But a story mode game, something that follows a narrative with a lead character that's been with the franchise for what, over 20 years now? Like, what are we even talking? And when I tell you guys, I could go on all day finding stupid ass examples of shit like this dumbass said 13 million copies sold versus 1.3 million sold. Like I said, Ghost of Yotei is a flop. Dickhead. Ghost of Tsushima came out 5 years ago, gang. 5.
Yeah.
You think Ghost of Tsushima sold 13 million copies in its first day?
Oh, he's Andy Pants.
Let alone his first month. Let alone its first year.
That's why I always say Andy Pants is absolutely 100% a grifter. I mean, there's other reasons, of course, that we've talked about on here, like him having a woke channel before this one, before having both at the same time, and then whichever one got popular, that's the one he went with. I see a lot of rumors that he's not doing so hot, that his wife left him, but I haven't heard. I don't know anything definitive about that. Either way, he's gonna reap what he sows eventually, because this grift just doesn't last. Just doesn't. Like I said, we've already seen where it's dying. It just doesn't work out in the long run. Rage only goes so far.
You're smoking dick! I believe the first year sales
Damn.
of Ghost of Tsushima was around 6.5 million copies sold. How can you compare the sales numbers to a game that's been out for 5 years to a game that hasn't even been out for a full month? But this is my point. These people aren't this fucking dumb. They might be, but I just can't believe that they might be. But what they do know is that there's somebody dumb enough out there to agree with them and believe the shit they're saying. Not only that, but they also know there's people that know the truth. People that know they're bullshitting, that are gonna go underneath their post and call them out. And guess what? Both groups of people give them money, because all they need is the interaction. All they need is the engagement. And they're getting that coin, man. I'm not actually pissed. I just hate them. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, we got this dude Grums over here talking about games being DEI, woke. He's not supporting Ghost of Yotei and games like that. For fuck's sake, man. Like, bro, this dude is a 60-something-year-old man. Hang up.
There he goes. The normies know.
You do a lot of yapping about games you don't like for a guy that still hasn't put out the game he was supposed to put out.
Yeah. Woo, there we go. Oh, this guy's cooking. I like it. I like it. But yeah, I mean, what I've found is a commonplace amongst these guys. Like even going in with this freaking Peterson guy and looking at his shit, like it's all they usually talk the biggest game about stuff, or they're in this kind of anti-woke space. But if you look at like their life, they're fucking losers. They're fucking con artists. They put out shit. They only talk about their past, nothing that is common, and hope that people keep listening to them, keep helping it out. I mean, he talks about the rage part, and there's a thing to be said about me supporting them by doing it, but I enjoy what I do, so I'm gonna keep doing it too.
Something-year-old man got money out of the people that supported him. He raised money to make a game and never released it. So you're talking about all these games that are woke and DEI and shit, dog. At least they came out. Seems to me you need to be spending a little bit less time on Twitter and a little bit more time getting to work with your bitch ass. Ghost of Yotei might be woke. It might have a woman protagonist. At least it didn't fucking scam me. If a game is ass, I will be the first one to tell you. But criticize the game off real criticism points. Why are we immediately acting like a game is dead on arrival because it has a woman main character? Dog. You stink. I can smell you. These people don't care about you. They don't care about video games. They care about money. And all they want to do is make you mad so they can make money off your reactions. If you find yourself agreeing with the way these people think at all, I implore you, please look inward. Find Jesus. It's in such bad taste, and a lot of it is just lies and bullshit. And also, one thing I want to say to my young...
Well, here's the thing. Like, these guys have complete control. Like the fans that are still with them are the absolute like serious fans that give them tons of money. So they like what they have now. I don't believe they have anybody normal anymore. I think they've scared those guys just straight out of it. Well, not scared them, pissed them off more by saying that a game that they liked is woke. But who they have now is who gives them money. Like I said, they're not making money off of ad revenue. They're making money off of super chats and things like that, which we saw the other day is not a good, well, is probably not a good thing to be only running off of those if you can't get the clicks and views, because eventually that'll start to die down.
Young men, fellas, just because it's coming from a woman, you feel me, doesn't mean the shit's true. I know some of y'all are hearing it come from a woman, and in your brain you're going, oh my gosh, she feels the same way I do.
But don't you know how mid Vera looks? I mean,
I knew I wasn't sexist. I just hate when bitches are in my game. No, bro. I don't know, man. I just think we're in a really weird time. It seems like nobody wants to be happy about shit these days. Game comes out with a normal ass looking woman, DEI game, woke slop. Game comes out with a more fan servicey type of art style, Gooner game. This shit is Gooner slop. What happened to the hobby y'all love, bro? I'm just trying to play some good games, bro. That's it. That's all I'm trying to do. Not every
now
game.
Listen, I feel a little called out there. I didn't call Stellar Blade Gooner slop. I called it Gooner game. Yeah, I absolutely still stand by that, but it doesn't mean that it's a slop game. It apparently was very well made. It seemed like it had its popularity, not in the United States, but it had its popularity. So, you know,
Perfect and bad games do deserve to be criticized. Trust me, trust me. But lying and making up false things to be angry about just so you can get paid a little bit of extra money, that shit's loser activity, bro. Anyway, that's all I got. Let me know what y'all think.
We like the grift here.
Peace.
We like to grift. We like our slop. So there's that one. Hunting the Normie channel, talking about normie things. Since we're already on the subject of the anti-woke, I mean, at what point can you rely on outrage and political views before there's nothing to complain about when they reach their goal? Yeah, I mean, the problem is they have to, it has to be an enemy that never ends, right? They want the anti-woke thing to be like evergreen content. And it's been content for a while, with ebbs and flows, but like the new group has only been at it, what, a year, maybe two. Some of the older guys have been around a while, but it's outrage only goes so far. Eventually people are just tired of being mad. They just get tired of being mad and they move on. I mean, even other channels, like I know personally myself, I'll watch a channel for a while that I enjoy its content, but eventually if there's really nothing new or nothing that's keeping me, I get bored with it and I move on to the next thing. It's just, that's the way most people are. We get bored, we move on. So speaking of mid women, let's take a look at Vera Dark real quick. She puts out some of the shortest videos, like 8 minutes. I thought there was like a threshold that you wanted to get over, like 15 minutes or something like that. But she puts out her little video. Sweet Baby Inc. DEI's overhaul is back. So going back to the tried and true Sweet Baby Inc. because a lot of times that'll get clicks, right? A lot of times that's the easiest way to get clicks. So let's see what she has to say.
Over the past 2 years, Sweet Baby Inc. has become desperate to get gamers to not pay attention to them anymore. And even though there were a few weeks where we were all talking about Collective Shout not paying attention to SBI, it wasn't.
I don't think, I think that's wrong. Like, they don't want gamers to not pay attention to them. They want the anti-woke to stop sending people over to them, right? I think this is a thing with any gaming company. And that's the problem, like, that, what was his name? Tony Sino is talking about, where they do affect the gaming industry in some way, because when they make a video, no matter what the dev is, they go after them. I mean, look at the Burrow game that they just endlessly attacked. And then when the Burrow people started deleting those people, blocking, doing whatever they needed to do, which their leader, their head guy, I mean, kudos for him for saying, hey, cut off all your social medias. I'll take the brunt of everything. Don't get involved. That was good on him. That shouldn't happen, right? We shouldn't, like, you can have you can make your criticisms of people, but the fact that they blow through and then when these people block because they don't want to deal with anti-wokers as a whole, then they act like that's some kind of win, that they've done something, or that it's truth that these people are hiding. So no, they just don't want to deal with you.
Enough for us to forget about them completely, and now they're completely overhauling their website. They're trying to rebrand their image, and it's not going to work. I have a few different things to show off, but before
So company rebrands its website woke. They don't like when the freedom of expression is used to not want to associate them with them. Yeah, absolutely, 100%. Nobody wants to deal with harassment or vile words, no matter if you're right or left. Agreed. Yeah, it's they just don't want to deal with it. It's like, why would you want to deal with this?
before I get into the topic, if you enjoy the content I create, check out the links in the description, join the community and my live streams, and consider supporting through Patreon or YouTube memberships. Now, people like me and you are never going to forget about Sweet Baby Ink's existence, even though they would love for that to happen.
Well, Vera will never forget about him, because right now it's one of the few things that's getting clicks and views. If it's still doing that, because I feel like that's starting to wash off too. Oh my goodness.
Kim Belair has said in the past that she wants to exist in the shadows, and she doesn't want people paying attention.
That's because I remember seeing that content. That's not what she said. She doesn't want to be a public figure. She wants to do her video game thing, right? Like, that's any dev for the most part. Like, Sweet Baby Inc. was just a consulting group out of all the other consulting groups. Do they have some wild woke takes? Absolutely. I think some of the stuff they've said is kind of unhinged, but that's not the same as them wanting to while in the shadows. You see how they have to make it they have to make it like sound worse than it is. It can't be just these are woke people that may or may not put the ideology into the game. I've become less and less sure that that's what's happening anymore, with the way the way you see them, the anti-wokers talk about them, and then what's actually happening, right? Games, putting too much happening sauce into the nothing burger. Yeah. I mean, that's how it works. You got to keep it going. Everyone hates Sweet Baby Inc. We know they do. The outrage is there. So let's beat that dead horse again.
They know that they are really just grifting off this industry, and gamers are not willing to stay silent on that. We will call these people out every single day if that's what it.
Gamers is actually anti-wokers. I don't think most gamers give a shit as long as the game's good, right?
Takes to get our point across. Now, they had previously wiped their website. They had tried to take a lot of the information, like the developers they have off of it, the companies that they've worked with, and the games that they are helping.
Well, okay, yeah. I would take the companies off too, because I don't want those companies that I made games for to get harassed because of me, right? If you want to harass my company or anything like that, go for it. I'll protect my employees and take the brunt of it. It doesn't bother me when people tell me to kill myself. That's like weak shit. But yeah, I don't want to have the companies that I work with get backlash and harassment from me. It's just not good business, for one, and they don't deserve it for two.
Off their webpage to try to kill some of the backlash. They hoped that by making it harder for people to find what games they'd worked on, they wouldn't be as heavily criticized and those games wouldn't be boycotted, but that hasn't worked. Even
they always say criticism, right? And I'm all for the most part, like not being responsible for your audience, but what I think you are responsible for is the tone of your audience. right? They do guilt by association, absolutely. Like the tone of your audience. If you are going around saying things like these guys are blocking us, so they're wrong, or so they're hiding, and you make statements like they're doing like what was that charge statement she just said where they're trying to hide in the shadows, you're setting your audience up to believe a certain thing, right? You're setting your audience up to be more vitriol. It's not like you look at like some audiences, and they'll take the tone of the YouTuber. You're always going to have the occasional crazy guy, and that's why I say people are not responsible for their audiences. But there's a difference between like a normal YouTuber who might have some crazed fan go after people and say like Destiny's family, right? Or Destiny's group, because they're just like, he physically asks them to dox people. He just does insane shit, and that's kind of where you get at it. That's why I think Smash's actual lawsuit is going to be interesting, because it is a case of he's built up this audience, he's said some pretty insane things. How is that going to hold up with free speech when it's caused people to lose their job, a company to be actively harassed, illegal harassment? Like there's if you look through the photos and stuff like that with the Alyssa McConte case, there's like dick pics and other things like that that fully fall under that idea of harassment.
Games like Winter Burrow are facing major backlash, and now
They're not facing major backlash. No one even pays attention to them now, right? Winter Burrow is just doing its thing. I'm in their Discord, and it's just happy-go-lucky time. They're just enjoying the game, putting out things about the game.
it looks
But of course, because this game is small, they're not going to make enough likes, or not. They're not going to make enough sales. They're not going to have enough people playing day one to prove to the anti-wokers that the game is good, right? Because none of them are going to play the game unless it has crazy amounts of wokeness in it. But it's just I don't even remember what I'm saying. This is a lie. They don't care about the criticism.
like in a little over a year, Sweet Baby Inc. has completely overhauled their website to eliminate most of their pro DEI verbiage. Now we know that this is what cultural Marxists do. They take
And it's always got to be cultural Marxists. They have to use Marxism as the enemy. When like most of the videos that I think I've seen on Marxists are like nobodies. This is something that Fox News was really good at, by taking these weird, tiny fringe groups and then bringing them on their news channel to say crazy things and being like, you see how crazy the left is? Well, no, this is some fringe group that wants rich people to pay 100% of their wages, right? Most leftists don't agree with that. Ghost of McCarthy.
a certain set of words and then they stop using them, and then they either reword the same exact programs and initiatives. They will try
Initiatives.
people by changing those terms, and it really all just means the same thing, but they want to try to convince you that what they're doing is really different and they're acting differently, but we know that that is not the case. And unfortunately, right, Sweet Baby Inc. is not going to go away anytime soon, and they make a lot of money off of large companies. And so, what are they going to do? They're going to try to convince you that they've changed, even though they haven't. So, when DEI Detected emerged in 2024, it was no secret that not only was SBI pushing diversity, equity, and inclusion narratives in video games, but they were bragging about it. We're part of an inclusive and knowledgeable community of diverse.
Here's the thing, like this statement used to make me cringe, but when you think about it for really more than 10 minutes, diversity, equity, and inclusion, like just saying being inclusive doesn't really mean anything, but don't be an asshole to people. Yeah, there's there's definitely things to be said about what is it called? About like how the DEI initiatives in the business world have been going. What's kind of wrong with that in a sense, but it doesn't. It doesn't like it's not. It's not this big thing where they're trying to replace all the white people with blacks or anything like that. It's just people trying to be better people, but not really understanding it. It causes problems.
Consultants able to cover a wide range of cultural and sensitivity topics. Our approach leads with the creation of joy in marginalized players. Today, most of SBI's website is gutted. There are no tabs for projects, approach, or outreach that were visible in 2024. In fact, they don't even offer a newsletter anymore, but the internet never forgets. No matter what their team
Yeah, you figure they don't offer that stuff because anything they do is like scrutinized and turned into like this woke mind virus take. Like it's pretty easy to see why they're collectively bringing everything in.
says the company
When you realize that Gamergate 2 is just the Red Scar 2.0. Scared. Oh. Yeah, you're right. The Red Scare 2.0. That's funny. I hadn't even thought about that, but that's a really good explanation to it.
company always puts diversity at the forefront of its projects. And as I always say, diversity in entertainment is very important, but at the same time, so is
So what's the problem?
good storytelling, so are good characters, so are good
So is it woke when a not left-wing group makes a shitty story? Like, I don't think I'm to this point that like, yeah, there's this idea that the woke can make it worse because you notice it more, but bad games are bad games. And in reality, the fullness of the gaming industry, we should be focusing on all the bad games that these companies make and how we can get them to fix that, how we can get them to stop making slop. The right answer is AA and indie games, because the AAA industry is only going to get worse, especially with it being bought out by foreign powers.
products. And if you're just saying, oh, because it's diverse, that makes it good, that's a straight up lie. You have
I don't know that
have
anyone
these other-
see. I want to see one case where someone said because it's diverse, it's good. This is just a bullshit statement, period. I don't know anyone. I've never seen anywhere. If someone can show me where someone said in someone that matters, like not some random one like account, that says that it's good because of the diversity is it's fucking insane.
elements that are really high quality along with diverse characters. If a character is diverse because that's just the best character to fit with the story, that's perfectly fine. But if you're just
That's not, because Ghosts of Yoida was just fine as a story, and nobody or all the anti-wokes hate that game because she's too ugly now. So it becomes diversity.
having, I don't know, 50% of your cast be super diverse in order to check off boxes on a checklist, yeah, that's not good. And people will reject that every single time. Our mission is to tell better, more empathetic stories while diversifying and enriching the video games industry, which is so funny because the video game industry has always been diverse. There's always been women and people of color and people of different sexualities that are part of this industry. But, oh, they have to ignore that in order to push their narrative now. So, other services included cultural consultation, sensitivity and inclusivity reading, risk and opportunities assessment. Included on their outreach page, SBI positioned itself as being dedicated to fostering new talent in the gaming industry, along with providing resources. The company said it can get the industry where it needs to be by developing diverse talent and hilariously transparent industry dialogue. The company also listed portfolio reviews, mentorships, and workshops as being available to the right person. Under a small baby Q&A section, one question was answered by a narrative designer and a inclusion editor. Terms like diversity and representation were rampant on the site, especially on the approach page, where an entire section was dedicated to representation. It previously had said, oh, baby Q&As and how they have podcasts and external resources and how to prepare a great portfolio. But as time has gone on and they have erased all of these different things from their website, it really seems like they are trying their best to erase their past and who they were, even though they're not changing internally. They're still doing all of this. They're just not using the same terminology and they're not putting it on display for the world to see. It really does come across as like a major rebranding, but it's not going to work for them. The name Sweet Baby Inc. is now tarnished. And sure, while there might be some companies that will still work with them in the future, it's going to be significantly less than would have 2 or 3 years ago. And I don't think that gamers are going to magically start accepting the products that they're working on, because
if these people actually played the games and came to an actual review of it, they might. Like, who's really, like, what about Winter Burrow is woke when you play the game, right? So if the game is good, especially in its genre, then why, if it has nothing woke in it, does it matter that Sweet Baby Inc. is the one who does it? Is it just because you don't like Sweet Baby Inc.? I mean, I think that's kind of the idea behind it. It's only because you don't like Sweet Baby Inc. It doesn't matter if the game is good or not. You're going to call the game trash.
It's clear that all of these games do poorly, either critically, commercially, it doesn't matter. In some way, they are a letdown. Alan Wake 2 barely made its money back this year. Battle Shapers, a game that nobody's talking about anymore. Breeze, nobody's talking about it anymore. Spider-Man 2 completely disappointed people compared to the first game. South of Midnight was a letdown. We were talking about game after game after game that either doesn't make money, doesn't get good scores, or instantly is dead on arrival. It says
it's not, though. Lovely, we're talking about the fake ginger grifter Vara Dumb. Yeah, and it's just the Sweet Baby Inc. bad site again. Though some of these that I don't know that I agree with. I wish I could say, there we go, that, like, you can definitely say South of Midnight didn't do well, but you can't say that it was a bad game. And we all know why it didn't do well. It's not that it didn't do well because it was a woke game. It didn't do well because its combat was just terrible. Its traversal system was old. If it's lived by its stories, which you were talking about, good stories, can sell games, then that one had a great story. Of course, none of the anti-wokers would give it time of day. So, there's that.
Major studio games like Alan Wake 2, SBI said it worked on character arc, voices, and even provided a sensitivity reading. For God of War Ragnarok, the company said it worked on narrative and character consultation with a focus on representation. For others, SBI cited narrative direction and even world building, implying a heavy hand in the production. Kill the Justice League, which was of course a massive failure, lost over $250 million, may I add, actually allowed SBI to do its banter and cutscenes. For one game called Lost Your Marbles, SBI said it did the full game development and very rarely is a DEI consultation company willing to admit what it does. Typically, when these types of consultations are brought up, the narrative destroyers deny having any significant input and chalk up criticisms to generic forms of hate. This happens almost uniformly across the industry, and it's just so sad that these people have gotten so much money and so much attention from the large companies within this industry, but I don't think it's going to stay that way forever. So while Sweet Baby Inc. is hiding, of course, some of the terminology they've used.
Let's hear that. They're hiding on their public page. Like, really? They're hiding on their public page. Where are they hiding? They know no matter what they do, you are going to have a problem with it. You're going to come after them. You're going to make videos. I don't know why they're changing their page. I have to, kind of go look at it and see. But what does it matter if they change their page? Maybe they are trying to rebrand themselves. Who cares? Judge the problems with them based off of the game, not based off of the company. I'm sorry. It's absolutely brain dead.
Used in the past, they're almost trying.
There's also the idea that this small little company has absolute total control over the games industry as a whole, right? It's just absolutely completely controlled by this one woman and her group.
To rebrand themselves. Gamers are never going to forget, and it's so important that with every move they make, we call it out because they deserve to be heavily criticized. But that's all that I really had to discuss in this video. Let everyone know your thoughts in the comments below. If you found this important and informative, make sure to give it a like, and if you didn't, give it a dislike. I appreciate your support either way, but I'll talk to you all again in the next video really soon.
And there we are. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I'm listening to the Yellow King. I don't know why I just immediately switched over to that. Yellow King is probably one of my favorite, I guess, elder gods, even though I don't think he is one. Yeah, she's not very intelligent. It's just repeating the same words, pretending to be a redhead, and I don't know, looking mid. But so that is the next one. Yellow King is Lovecraft, right? No, actually, Yellow King did not start off as Lovecraft. Yellow King started off as a short story where he was a good god. Then there was The King in Yellow, which is a series of short stories. Like that's what this is. The King in Yellow by Robert W. Chambers, and it's about a play that's basically like an infection that causes people to go mad and things like that. So this was made before. The King in Yellow in Lovecraft, because he's briefly mentioned, and Carcosa is mentioned. I haven't played Fear or Hunger yet. It's on my list. When he came to he was very rarely mentioned in Lovecraft's works. It was kind of like a behind the scenes, because that's what makes The King in Yellow so good. There's not a monster that comes out in The King in Yellow. Now, when Lovecraft's protege made the Cthulhu mythos and stuff like that, he was given a role, a thing with the gods and things like that. And I think that was like a disservice to him for how The King in Yellow is more like a concept that infects everybody else. So I didn't know The King in Yellow was in there, but yeah, he makes it into a lot of media. Lovecraft's was inspired by Chambers in a lot of ways. So you ever get a chance, read it. I've gotten through the first story. The first story is pretty good, and we're going through the rest of them. But anyways, boop. Let's get on to our main event here. What was this one? This one's the 3 weeks ago. This one is October 11th. By the way, I do have videos on SBI. They're a reoccurring boogeyman, but I'm not really sure what the effect of signaling against them is doing. I mean, you have to wonder, what is their actual role, right? Because you don't call in a consultant to completely take over your game. You call in a consultant because you need help with something. So for instance, South of Midnight was made by the Canadian company, right? So they've never been to the South. What they wanted probably with Sweet Baby Inc. is to come in and say, hey, we want to know more about the South. We want to get its languages right. Its accents right. We want to, do it justice. So Sweet Baby Inc. is a company that will go around and try and, make, I don't know their process, but make it so that it's authentic. That's what they like to put it as. Like the influencer class has been signaling against SBI for a while now, and they just keep coming back. So I'm not sure what the point is. The point is that if you look at Sweet Baby Inc., like let's go to what is this? Well, I'll pull them up here in just a second. Oh, Gothic Therapy, because this is the Gothic Therapy of the group. That's what they have to. Shut up. All right, let's see here. Boop. Let's pull it forward. If you look at their views, like this is the TwitchCon disaster. 1K views, but they got 3K for Sweet Baby Inc. They got 9K here for Sweet Baby Inc. This one, Take Us North, did well because it's Take Us North. 1K for this MCU zombie movie. Another 2K for Sweet Baby Inc. Another 2K for Sweet Baby Inc. 6K for Sweet Baby Inc. 2, 1, and then you go back further, 4K for Sweet Baby Inc. Sweet Baby Inc. is what brings them higher numbers, even if it's not that much. I know SBI is Proxus. I've talked about it, but I stopped talking about them because I didn't see the point. It's not like they're going to stop. Right. It's not like they're going to stop and you can judge the game. Like if the game isn't like some political messaging that you don't want, like even if it is, you just don't play the game. But if the game comes out and it's good and SBI was involved, did it matter that SBI was involved? 29K for that one. That was back when they used to get views for them. 10K. It's just it's a views puller. Yeah, Gothic Therapy would be homeless therapy without SBI. Did you see Smash versus Colin Moriarty? No, I didn't. Was that on X? Send it to me. I'll take a look. Oh, Smash JT, Smash JT. Oh, here we go. Here we go. So where did this start? Oh, I see. Sent it. Thank you. Is it this one? Here, let me do it this way, actually. But it's Colin Moriarty. Okay. And then let's pop that open right there. Wait, where is it? Oh, because it's below Foundry. There it is. There it is. Is this the one? I'm happy for Sucker Punch, that Ghosts of Yoida. I played South of Midnight too. I was on the rails and the combat sucked, and they the obligatory antebellum South themes in it. Yeah, I mean, I was fine with the South themes. I love the music. I liked the I'm from the South. I know a lot of people that have that deep Creole accent. I kind of hated how whenever they put black characters in games, the narrative inevitably pivots to race. I mean, it's the easiest thing. Like when the anti-wokes go, "Hey, black guy in game," it's really easy for the lefties to go, "Look, you're being racist," and I don't agree with that. It sounds racist though, and you do it enough times, I can understand why someone might think you're racist, but it's like you do it for, at that point you're doing it for the engagement, I feel like. So let's see here. I'm happy for Sucker Punch. That Ghost of Yoida is a certified commercial hit. It's already the 18th best-selling game in the US for the entire year, after only 3 days of sales were counted. Great sign. It's a huge setup for Tsushima. A classic sequel, really recommended. So we got that. Did Smash really use Grok to prove his point? Did he do it in this thing? Oh no, he did it in this next one. Let me guess. Oh god, even fucking. Oh wow, I was unaware this was official officially a certified hit. Well, I mean, if your insiders weren't fake, maybe. You forgot to point people to the official statement by Sony and Sucker Punch. That's because it doesn't actually exist. Let's see here. And then he posts his own tweet. Every Twitter clown out here, we'll go to this one. Every Twitter clown out here parroting Ghosts of Yoida is the 4th best-selling game in the U.S. from September needs to calm down. Did he say 4th? I think you're already wrong there, Smash. He said 18th, but maybe someone else is saying 4th. According to Matt's spreadsheet, the Circa estimates sales were supposedly in line with Ghost of Tsushima. This is the same group that recently claimed Assassin's Creed Shadows was the best-selling game in the US. So take his numbers with a massive grain of salt. I mean, it was a success. It was their second best game. I don't know if that's exactly what this group said. I'd have to go do research because they tend to, like, the problem with the anti-woke is they tend to make statements like this and it's not correct to what it was actually stated. And this part is where we're going to see that he's probably going to say it down here. No hard data, no official statements from Sony and Sucker Punch, no confirmation anywhere, just PR-fed talking points being passed off as fact. So this is the whole thing I talk about all the time. For the anti-wokers to be right, for Smash to be right, everyone else has to be wrong. They've been putting out numbers left and right about how it's a failure, but now he's saying that there's no hard data. So which is it, Smash? Is it a failure because of the insiders that you have, or is it that there's no hard data to prove anything? You can't do one and then the other. There's no way this game is actually keeping pace with Tsushima based off of what? If you genuinely believe that, you're being misled. I think you are being misled by your own thoughts. And for context, Circana's lead analyst, Michael Patella, has a long record of being very friendly towards game publishers and echoing their narratives. I hope you have, like, evidence for that. Is that what this is? $60 versus $70 too. Doesn't mean he's lying, okay, but definitely means his analysis deserves extra scrutiny. So, yes, he's using circular logic. Smash wants to eat his pie and smash it too, yeah. And then it's bizarre how gung-ho they are to say the game didn't sell well. Did Jeff even play it? No, I don't think Jeff played it. I don't know that any of them played it, actually, with this one. Just because, like, they have to have a reason to be able to laugh at it. And if there's not a defined reason, then I don't know what you can get out of it. And then he puts this in 1 week in the market. The sales of Ghost Performance and Flat Out Tsushima. Ghost of Tsushima launched in July 2020, if you recall the stuff as it happened. I don't know what this proves. I don't know what this proves. Like, anyone with concern about this title should be looked at with a side eye. Like, what is this? I don't get what this means. God. Dude, you realize, like, Grok and AIs have been proven over and over and over again to be inaccurate in the way they put things together. So it pulls from the internet, but it doesn't always know. Oh, look at old Giggy. Hey, Giggy, you still got me banned or blocked? Based on the available data from Circa Analytics, Futsimu, and others, Ghost of Tsushima 2020 sold 2.4 million units in the first 3 days globally, reaching 13 million. Yet we know that. Japan physical copies, 219 and launched this week. Ghost of Yoida sold 1.6 million units in the first week globally, $100 million. Do we know that, though? I guess that's based off of the Circa from them. So maybe. U.S. sales flat to Tsushima. Europe in line. Japan physicals 100,020. UK physicals down 40%. Early performances comparable to key markets, but full data pending. So we've talked about this physical data down and how it's been dropping for a while. So this really means nothing. It's kind of the same thing with Japan, because this was Japan's physical numbers and it was down about 40%, which is the same. European in line, I don't know what they're really saying here. And then the U.S. sales flat to Tsushima. Has anything come out in the U.S. about the numbers? Besides, apparently, the rumor is 1.6 mil. So I still don't see the angle that they're talking about sales all the time. I want to know who is whispering in their ears about this. No one, or at least trolls on the internet. Grum's also recently said something. Did he? We'll take a look at him in a minute. Here's this guy. I wonder how his channel's doing. Damn. I got more followers than him. I thought he would have gotten a lot more with the injection. Like Sucker Punch wouldn't rub those numbers in their faces. They might not. They might be waiting for clearer numbers. Yeah, they'll rub it in your face if they broke records. It doesn't sound like they broke records this time. Sorry. Besides, took all of 2 weeks for everyone to forget about it. Yeah, that's 2 weeks is about all anyone's got attention for online. Drama pretty much lasts maybe about a week to 2 weeks on average. I believe it when I see the numbers. Yeah, but here's the thing, like, all right. Ghosts. Let's go here. Okay. One day. All right, let's see what that brings up. Let's talk about they messed up. State of Play. I love the first one, and I think it's one of the best games. Somehow Sucker Punch managed to make me feel like this. I don't care. Sure. Oh, look at that! Using the thing. New Ghost of Yuita trailer is getting way more dislikes, but there's than they got a few months ago. This is always bullshit. Anyone who believes this is a fucking moron. Video saying, stop noticing, stop complaining. Suddenly all I want is PlayStation, not enough. Sucker Punch will always be aware of people they hire and their opinions. What? You don't know. You're not always aware. They may be aware after they talk about on their social media. The senior producer liked the tweet from the idiot joking about it. Who cares? I hope the game fails regardless of all the firing. So it doesn't look like he made direct numbers. But he has been on the anti-thing train, and I wonder if he said anything in other places. I mean, it's so funny to see them suddenly turn from it's a failure to we don't have the numbers yet. So did what's his face actually say anything back? Matt, or did Oh, here he is. Oh, here we go. Yes, I love it. Perhaps you didn't learn this yet, covering the Alyssa Mercante beat. Oh. But Circa relies on U.S. sales data directly from the publishers to the exact dollar. How games are doing in relation to one another is therefore only a mystery to the illiterate. Congratulations on a job well done. Not sure what the Alyssa beat has to do with anything here, Colin, unless you're going just padding your tweet with some Whoa, Smash. I love it when these people clap back. I think they should do it more often. Getting I don't normally feed into the ratios, but getting ratioed is kind of nice. And kind of showing the even people on X or on Twitter are getting it. Unless you're padding your tweet with condescension for flavor. I mean, isn't that what you do, Smash, on a regular basis? Circa's exact to dollar data never seems to come with, actual numbers. Ask him about when he said Shadows was the best-selling game. Funny how it always turns into trust the process, but only when it fits a preferred narrative. Sad response, bro. To think I respected you. You didn't respect him. You just talked shit about him up here. Doesn't come from actual numbers. Circa's data public report like top selling things, usually giving ranks without exact sales numbers for individual games. They do provide aggregate market data such as following and spending in the millions. The exact figures are often shared privately with publishers. He just did a whataboutism for AC Shadows. Yeah. So there's that. Oh, let's go into this one. Is there more here? Oh, they don't share numbers because entities pay enormous sums of cash for access to the data, and none of it can be sourced publicly. I know because we had at the time, MPD subscription at IGN, which I read monthly. I don't care if you respect me, but learn how things work. Yeah, this is, I love it. Love it. Damage wanted me to look at this just because he tweeted. Right, and that's literally my point, Colin. When the data is locked behind paywalls and filters through analysts with publisher ties, my skepticism here is ignorance. It's common sense. Then why don't you tell us, like, all about your insiders? What insiders do you have that are making games? Like, show us your process for how you vet them, because you haven't changed that either. Access doesn't equal objectivity. You sound pretty aggressive to take a stand defending Matt here, whereas I'm looking for factual information. This isn't the dunk you think it is. I mean, I think it's a dunk. Other people think it's a dunk. Your respect means nothing to anyone with a spine. Yeah. And then is there anything else between them? Oh, yeah. It keeps going. Oh, nothing else. He didn't go at him. See, it's these things where the anti-wokers pretend that they know how the industry works or that they know what's going on. And this, rarely it happens, but this is a nice little clapback. I think it should happen more often with people who are brave enough. So we're going to do a little grift before I get on to the next thing here. Boop. Just so you know, I am three away from hitting the 100 subs. So I'm excited. If you're here and new to the channel and you like it, go ahead and subscribe. If you haven't liked the channel, please like the channel. That helps me in the old algorithm. Get a little bit bigger, get some more insight. And then if you're extra generous, I do have a coffee to put towards, new equipment, games, whatever comes up. All right. So let's turn that off. Get on to the next part of our subject. A little thing outside the anti-woke. Let me click on this real quick. Nope, don't care. So if you don't know who, what's his name? PopularMMOs is, he's a really big MMOs channel from what I hear is back in the day. Not a guy I ever watched. Yeah, from 2012, it looks like. Not a guy I ever watched, but obviously pretty huge. He's had kind of a rough time lately where he had a little like spat with a girlfriend that was part of his channel. He got arrested and the body cam footage went like viral. Alcohol has destroyed his life. And we're going to look into a little bit of that today and kind of like see what's going on. Cause he's made a new video a couple days ago, about 5 days ago, and one about 11 days ago. So I want to see, what's going on, see what's happening. It's just gaming content, but lately it's been going on for a decade now. Well, okay, he's made a couple more videos lately, right? About his crash out. He stayed pretty silent. Like the last video was from a year ago, and then 3 weeks ago he got the destroyed my alcohol. Then we got the I ran from the police and got arrested. I sobered and found out I was robbed for $250K. And then police dog attacked me while asleep in my bed. So I remember watching him in high school. Nice. So this should be memorable for you. So there's the destroyed my life. Let's start with that one. Boop. Boom. Alcohol destroyed my life. We'll start from when he came back 3 weeks ago, and then we'll be going on from there. But if you want to look back on his channel, you can look back and see some of the problems, like with his girlfriend and things like that, because yeah, alcoholism is a scary thing on what it can do. And when you get rich, you tend to dip into that stuff more, especially if the depression like becomes worse. You know what I mean? So let's check him out and see what's been going on with him.
Watch the video of myself that was on my phone from January. And guys, as most people know, I am an alcoholic, and I tried to make a video talking about it, trying to help people and trying to show my journey. Went terrible, honestly. It is so difficult. But right now, guys, I am 4 months sober, and looking at the video, I look like a completely different person. Honestly, I'm making this part of it so I don't jump scare you, because it looks terrible. Oh my god. And I'm gonna leave it uncut too, because it shows just like how ill I was. Like, I almost threw up on myself in the video. But yeah, guys, love you all. Hopefully I can help some people with all of this. Wait all the way till the end of the video. I'm gonna show you guys
I'm always skeptical about stuff like this, especially when you're putting it on like a channel. Because I just, like, I've spoke about it before. I hate the ADHD channels. I think some of them are probably good, but you have a lot of people like getting caught faking their, you know, illness. What was the name of the chick who faked having Tourette's? Clearly, like, easily faked getting Tourette's, but she got really popular beforehand. Stuff like that just really gets my goat and bothers me.
You know what happened.
So I'm always skeptical when I see someone coming on here and like, I just want to help people out. I just want to, you know, give out the information and things like that. It sounds performative.
After that, terrible. But 4 months sober now. If I can do it, guys, any of you can do it too. Let's go. Hey, what's up, guys? It's Pat, and welcome back to another video. It's been a very, very long time.
Yeah.
And this is probably going to be, I would assume, the most important video that I do make. And as you guys can tell, I look pretty beat up. I didn't really try to fix myself up at all for this video, because I wanted to show how I've been treating myself, I guess. As you can tell, this is going to be the first thing anyways. My skin looks pretty bad right now, and also all the gray hairs. It's been that way since I started the channel. I just dyed it. I just know.
Whiskey is good. Yeah, I agree. I like a scotch from time to time, but I definitely don't drink the way I used to in the military, for many reasons. Mama Max is a good example of frauds. Yeah, I agree with that.
Kind of funny. Anyways, I'm an alcoholic, and I never really acknowledged it, although there's definitely information online about it. The only reason I'm making this video is I figure I could save probably thousands of lives talking about my journey of sobriety. Today will be day one of no substance abuse of any kind. I spent a lot of time drinking in the last 5 years. When I say a lot of time, I mean probably as much as everybody on the channel combined, or more, possibly, definitely, or more. So I thought I would be able to be helpful to people, so hopefully you guys will follow me on a journey of sobriety. I have some very funny stories as well, and some very not funny stories, because there's some horrible things that could happen to you, and some fun times as well. Obviously, anything in moderation is okay, but when you abuse something, you really can screw up your life.
Yeah, okay.
Down quickly. Also, just to point this out, because it bothers me, it's kind of hard to tell, but I look like a heroin addict. Like, look at this bruise I have here. The hospital did such a bad job poking me with that thing. I have it on both arms, actually. Well, this one's a little bit lower. I don't know if you can tell. But, yeah, I'm not a heroin addict. I just have a really bad doctor, apparently. Well, I blame the Mayo Clinic, which is supposed to be one of the best doctors in the world, but apparently they're terrible, horrible. I wouldn't suggest them at all. At least.
Well, I mean, here's the thing.
I've been sick, too. But anyways, it is.
So when it comes to like mental health stuff, I don't think any place that you go into, if he went in for alcohol or mental health or whatever it was that he went into, those are not places you ever want to stay at. They're not fun for anybody.
It's gonna be day one of no
Doesn't matter what clinic.
substances. I couldn't start this earlier. Impossible. I was just too ill. Like when you abuse substances like alcohol, you get very, 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 very sick when you stop them. No matter how you stop them, there's two ways to do it.
Yeah.
There's a million ways to do it, but basically, most people would recommend, going to rehab, which obviously is something very hard to do. I would recommend it to anyone who has any substance abuse issues, or recommend it to anyone in their family that does. It's going to be hard to convince them to do it. I did not do it because I was too far gone anyways. Like they wouldn't have been able to get me out of the house. I developed a really bad agoraphobia from drinking. And if you're not familiar with that term, basically what it means is it's like a fear of like leaving where you like live, which affected me horribly. I spent months in hotel rooms and stuff where I wouldn't leave the room, and I would just order to the room. Like I wasted, like you see YouTubers waste money on things. I wasted money on DoorDash and hotel rooms, which is fine. I'm not making this video because I need money in any sort of the way. I didn't go extravagant.
Debatable.
I didn't the one good thing is I didn't.
Well, that's probably not true because I think this guy is like.
I didn't buy one expensive thing.
This guy is like stupid rich from my understanding. I mean, the channel size that he had, yeah, he probably doesn't have to work, we'll say.
What a lot of weird things. I'm not gonna lie, I got a little Amazon addiction-y, but who hasn't these days? But basically this is how it started. Normal dude. Took my first drink at like 30, which is crazy.
Yeah, it can be that way.
Had nothing to do with my divorce, by the way, which a lot of people seem to think it did. Had absolutely nothing to do with that. And I was having fun, going on dates. I would have some drinks. Then it just kind of snowballed. It started kind of slow until it went boom. So yeah, anything in moderation is okay. It's okay to go out, have a couple drinks with your friends. It's not okay to go out every single day and get wasted, which is basically what it turned into.
Well, usually one of the causes of someone going into like getting into that state is because it's like you need to feel good, right? Normal people will go out and have a drink and do things like that, but usually someone's getting drunk because they want to feel good. Usually with alcohol, it's homunculus. I'll probably use that. It's like a lot of times depression. Let's be real. Like for the military, it's like the number one medicine used by the military to cope with problems and issues. So yeah. He probably had some kind of depression that made him want to go out and drink and do fun things like that. I doubt it was just him drinking too much.
For me, especially as someone like me who made a lot of money young in life, I had the opportunity to go out pretty much every single day and drink a lot. I drank a ton. It started slow. It started me just drinking with friends, and we'd all drink about like the same amount of alcohol. I'm really competitive. The competitive part of me may have contributed to some of the alcoholism as well, where all of a sudden, like, instead of drinking like a few drinks, all of a sudden I'm drinking 20 drinks, 30 drinks, 40 drinks. It really snowballed to the point where I would be drinking like 3 bottles of alcohol a day, and ending out in the hospital. I was in the hospital many times. they don't really do too much for you either, to be honest. But I would
Actually.
recommend going if you really have drank that much. Um,
Well, okay.
in my experience,
I mean, if you're hitting the point of alcohol poisoning, they will do some things, but that doesn't like there's not much you can do for someone. If you're a danger to yourself or others, they can put you in for, depending on where you go. Most places it's like 48 hours, 72 hours that they can put you in for. But even then, it's all you if you decide to be the one to start doing it. Now, if you're really addicted to alcohol to the point that, you know, you have the shakes and stuff like that, you can't just quit. You have to be weaned off of it. Otherwise, you will die.
what they do is they give you a water IV, maybe some vitamins, and then they send you on your way. Depending on your level of alcoholism, they may give you some pills to help you feel better as you come down from all the drinking that you did. And those pills are also very addictive. And the first time I ever went to the doctor, not the doctor, the hospital, I decided not to take them because I was like, why would I want to get addicted to a second substance? That doesn't make a sense. I'm addicted to everything I do. I was addicted to YouTube when I did it. I was addicted to working out when I was working out, and all of that. Like every single thing. When I date girls, I'm addicted to them. I'm intelligent enough as a human being to be like, okay, like if I take this, then you. So now, what do you get me addicted to? Two things, or you get me off the first thing, and I'm just addicted to something new because they're very addictive substances that they give to you.
Well, yeah.
Other option is going off alcohol cold turkey, which is not recommended at all because it makes you could die, seizures, convulsions.
Yes.
Would not recommend that to anyone either. Really, like going in for help is always going to be the best option and the best suggestion to give to somebody, but it's very difficult to get them to do it. No one ever was able to get me to do it. I'm also very stubborn, so you may have better luck than I have. The best thing that you can do is be supportive in any way possible.
Okay.
I've noticed pretty much nothing anyone ever said to me was very helpful. The only people that, because they didn't understand what was going on in my head, why I was drinking, why it was, and it makes you depressed. It's a depressant, so you end up depressed at the end of the day anyways. Just yelling at someone and telling them, like, you need to stop doing this, you're ruining your life, makes you pick up that bottle. Like, you're not helping, you're doing the exact opposite.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's kind of how depression works. You have to, if you're going to quit like drinking you're going to quit any kind of substance, one thing you have to work on is the depression or whatever it is that's causing you to have that. Is it every case? No. If you're out partying a lot and then you decide to do something that's super addictive, like crack or fentanyl or things like that, yeah, you may have gotten addicted to it just by doing, just by being brave enough to try the drug. But you can probably, put mental health in a huge category for a lot of the things that happen.
Anyways, I just had a massive cough attack.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, that's not the way to support someone. You can support someone by telling them you'd like to, help them. Anyway, just had a massive cough attack. But like I was saying, that's really not supportive just because it makes someone want to drink more when you say things like that. You have to be supportive in a different way. I've noticed the most supportive people actually have been other people who were addicts who actually understood how I felt, why I was drinking, and how hard it is to come off the drinking. Just telling someone, hey, stop drinking, it's bad for you. You try go throw up all day long, and being just on the floor, unable to move. Like, you just can't do that. Another way people get off.
I mean, I agree it's not helpful, but most people don't really understand how to do that. The vast majority of people aren't addicted to anything more than caffeine and have a beer. So you can't you can't really understand drug addiction until you are into drug addiction. And even then, no matter what anyone says to you, you have to be the one to make that choice. So someone can be into the drugs and and have gotten out of it, and they're talking to you and they're hey, this is what happened to me, this is that, but that doesn't mean that it's going to affect you, because you still have to be the one to wake up. You have to make the choice.
Is weaning themselves off. That is something I've done many times, and that was the only thing that's been successful for me. And it's nothing I would recommend to anyone either, because it's extremely dangerous, because you could die at home at your house. But I'm still going to mention every single thing that happened for me. That would just be, let's say you drink 20 drinks a day, then next day you drink 19, then 18, then 17, then 16, until you're down to no drinks. So your body is not used to having alcohol in its system anymore.
I don't actually I don't recommend doing this, because you're it's just not a good idea. Like, there's too much, to me, there's too much room for you to relapse, or for you to do something wrong and not drink enough, or you to try and push through it, or you to start drinking more again because it's getting too hard. I feel like you need some kind of professional to help you with that, or at least a friend who's watching you. But alcohol does like severe changes to the body, like more than a lot of other drugs that are out there. So it just, I don't think this is good advice. I don't really think this is good advice. Do it alone at your house, but just drink one beer less. I don't think that's it.
That is also extremely hard to do, because anyone who's me, like, I'm a very emotional person. I'm an emotional drinker. I'm an everything drinker. I'm not gonna lie. I'm an excited drinker. Like, anything going on, any excuse.
You're an alcoholic.
Oh, girlfriend broke up with me. Bottle. Oh my god, my sports team won. Bottle. Like, and it's very hard to convince yourself to stop. So you really have to take a look at your life and see where you were before it. And I'm like, that fall from grace is quite painful to look at.
Yeah.
And I tried many times. I got off alcohol. I went through alcohol withdrawals, I would say, I don't know, 30, 40 times. And every time you say, like, wow, I'll never put myself through this again. And, you really have to want it. And another reason I'm not only to help people with this is to hold myself accountable. I know this will help me more than anything, is being able to help other people. I don't need to drink to go out and have fun. Like,
oh yeah, but you do. Like, I don't need drinks to have fun. Is very much sounds like I could stop anytime I want, bud. Like, yes, everyone can have fun without drinking. That's kind of the point. But you have a problem with continuing to drink no matter what happens, bad or good.
For years, there's no reason to go get wasted either. Even if you do go out and want to have a couple drinks, there's no reason to get completely plastered. You don't remember the night anyways. There's weeks and months of time that I don't remember at all. Sometimes you do really stupid things. In the last year, I've been arrested. I've been to the mental hospital. I've been to the hospital multiple times. It's not good things, like, in your life. And I have a lot to say about it, honestly. But this is only going to be the first video. There's a lot of stories, a lot of things that may be helpful to you that I will try to explain. Because I kind of went into this, I'm just winging it. Honestly, I literally have, like, been drinking my life away for the last, like, few years. So I didn't put a
Yeah, it's very much a miracle he's alive.
idea.
Like, I'm going to stress this. If you have some kind of substance abuse problem, seek some kind of professional help, whether it is whether it's going to like an AA meeting, whether it's going to a therapist and a psychiatrist. Don't do what he said, where you try and drink slowly down. Like, this is absolutely terrible advice.
I do have a lot of information that I can give you about drugs and alcohol and anyways, guys, you could always make your life better. Remember that. No reason to drink yourself to oblivion. No reason to have any substance that alters your state of mind, because it's very important. Anyways, I love you guys. That's why I'm here. Hope to see you soon. Peace. And for those wondering, the reason I stopped is because I realized I didn't have long to live. I probably, with the way things were going and how downhill things were, I probably didn't have more than a couple weeks before I would be dead. And I'm definitely not ready to leave this world, and I hope none of you guys are either. So let's live the best lives we can.
So basically in these pictures, you're going to see that I was incredibly out of shape. I lost all the
I will say he does look better. This is PopularMMOs. PopularMMOs.
muscle on my body. The doctor said I would be dead.
Yeah, you're right, Red Stain. It can like, if you're, it's not just as simple as drink less beer, right? You need a professional to to help you wean it off, especially when it comes to like a true alcoholic. So yeah.
By the time I was 40, my liver was failing. My pancreas had pancreatitis. I was doing bad, like really, really bad. And then I ended out in jail within a week of making that video before I ended out in rehab. But guys, check those pictures out, and yeah, stick around. I'm gonna show my journey with you guys. Love you guys.
He still sounds terrible. Okay, don't need to see pictures. I'm sure he's in great shape now, and I'm happy he's not drinking. But let's continue on the journey and see what else we got. So this video is the, which one's this? Oh, boop.
What's up, dudes? It's Pat.
Actually, let me go back here. Open a new tab.
What's up, dudes? It's Pat, and welcome back to another video. And that's right, guys, I am back.
Like I'm saying, I'm going to say it again. I don't know what advice he's going to give here. He's obviously shows the video, but don't take his advice and do it alone, please.
I don't know what I'm doing with my hand. I don't know how to record anymore. It's been so long, honestly. Like 5 years of time, I was completely addicted to alcohol and then drugs as well, and pretty much any of the videos I recorded in the last 5 years, I was drunk during them, and it's just giving me so much anxiety to even post something. Like the video that I posted last week, the support was amazing. Like seriously, like guys, the comments were so nice, and I appreciate all of it. I'm really just hoping that my journey through sobriety, which we're on day 130 by the way, guys, which is amazing. I hope we can help other people, because I know other people are going through the same thing. And like, if I could help save like a few people's lives, like.
Did you go through this too or something? Sorry, I've only been half paying attention. Well, I went through his first video coming back. Like, so he's been gone off the internet for about a year. It had a lot to do with some issues with his ex-wife, who was also on his channel a lot. And some things that came up. So he came back after about a year. He had a video, a police cam video go viral of him getting arrested, which we're going to see here in a little bit. And then he's put out videos, like the last one was 3 weeks ago. This one's 2 weeks ago. We've got one about a week ago. And then we've got this police dog attack video. So it's vaguely gaming related, and it interests me. So I wanted to pull it up and watch it and kind of see what's going on here. Kamoji, as actually, he said he used to watch him in high school. So, you know,
it's totally worth it, like, doing this and, like, trying to show what's going on in my life, whether I'm proud of it or not, which obviously I'm not proud of the things that have happened, but I'm glad that I'm finally sober, and I hope we all can live our best lives, like, seriously. So, yeah, guys, today is a special day. We are watching a video from Penguin Z0, and everybody has told me to watch this. It dropped at the weirdest time. It says 4 months ago, and looking at this...
Oh, is he watching the Penguin Zero video?
Today, I'm excited. Like, I was nervous, and I'll explain why in a second, but it says, I don't want to get up in like 5 minutes, I'll give it to you. And I'm still funny drunk. I'm just going to throw that out there. That is crazy. Like, I look awful. Like, never get yourself in this kind of situation. Like, I'm really hoping putting myself out there with this will stop others from doing some of the dumb things I did in life. And, like, really, we only have so much time in life, so we don't want to waste it doing things like this. I'm sleeping on the ground, which a lot of things in this video, no one knows anything about. Like, so this guy made a video about it, right? And actually, I watched some of his videos, so it was kind of cool that he made one about me. But he doesn't know why I'm here, like why I'm actually laying on the ground, why I was actually getting arrested, because I couldn't really explain myself well to the cops in the video. And I was kind of like blacked out at the time. I don't remember much of this at all. I've seen a couple
no shit.
body cam footage, but nowhere near all of it. This dropped when I was in jail. I called my girlfriend. She's like, someone made a video about you. I don't know if I should tell you. And I was like... I don't want to know. Like, I was withdrawing off alcohol and I wasn't getting proper treatment in jail, so I was dying. Like, I wasn't doing good. I was worried about my health, and like my anxiety was super high. Like, it was terrible. So then I ended up in rehab, and in rehab, the people in rehab watched my video in rehab on the TV. And I had to avoid it then too, because I'm like, I don't want this to mess with my sobriety, any stress or anything. And eventually,
That's nuts that they let people watch his sobriety video or his body cam in there. That's just absolutely crazy that they would put that on.
And now I am ready to finally watch this. I was nervous. What people would say, because like this is seeing me at my lowest in life, literally. Like, not many people have their lowest in life recorded and put out to 7.2 million people. That's like a third of the population of Florida, and that's more than the population of some of the states in America, which is insane.
You think like a nurse or something would have like seen that and been like, no, we're not doing that. Get that out of here. Because you generally don't have control over anything when you're in therapy. Like when you're in institutionalized. If you got pulled in and was institutionalized, it's like very restricted down.
Saying that the lowest point of my life could be out there, but it is, and I haven't seen it. A lot of people have. I haven't seen it. So yeah, guys, definitely follow me for this journey. I hope we can help some people, and let's check out this video. And before we get into it, like, seriously, I'm going to joke around about some things, but I was in bad health, especially in the video that I recorded previous to this one. Like, there was problems with my liver, my pancreas. I was throwing up blood. I was having very, very severe withdrawal symptoms that easily...
So you were almost dead.
And I was in the hospital probably...
Yeah. Okay, so he was so much of an alcoholic that he couldn't have stopped on his own. Like I'm almost positive that he had to have been whittled down by them. I saw the video. Charlie didn't seem malicious. No, he wasn't. He's just making another slop video like Charlie makes, right? But yeah, it sounds like he was like on the edge of death, drunk, alcoholic. And his advice was to just drink beer slowly down. That's just, if he did that, he is fucking lucky.
30 to 40 times before getting sober. And now that I'm sober, I just want to help other people not get into the situation I was in. But yeah, let's jump into this, guys. Let's do it.
There's a new body cam that just dropped today that's got a lot of people talking because it features an extremely big Minecraft YouTuber named PopularMMOs.
Yeah, very lucky.
Hey, wake up, man. I don't got all day for you. Wake up. Wake your ass up.
Oh, and guys, just so you know, this actually wasn't really recent. I was arrested 2 times after this. This was last year, like at the beginning of the year. A lot of people are kind of confused about the timing on this. I guess it got released and somehow found online. I don't even know how this was found online. Really no idea about that, but whatever. It's here, and We're gonna watch it.
Weed and a ton of fireball. Homie is messed up.
Just put your arms like you're praying.
Look on what?
Like you're praying.
Yeah, this thing like Paul.
Like I'm praying.
No, I'm about to get
That's not exactly how I remember that.
Yeah, no shit.
Thinking was that I decided to. I think I had it in my head already that I was gonna run. Because I'm an idiot, and when you're drunk, you do stupid things. So, like, don't drink like that. It's a bad idea. I know I had it in my head. I'm like, they caught me with weed. Wasn't even my weed. We'll get into that after. Like, there's a lot of things about this that should not have happened. Like, I got a felony for this. It said I resisted with violence, so the cops, like, lied on the police reports. I did not resist with violence, which you're going to see in this video, hopefully. But, yeah, I think I had it in my head, like, I'm going to have to run if I'm getting arrested, which is stupid because I would just get arrested later anyways. So then they told me and then I went for it apparently.
It's YouTube boy.
It's really sad to see
YouTube
someone
boy.
spiral like this.
I heard that so much.
Yeah, it was a really bad call to try and run away from the cops, especially in the condition he was in. He was way too fucking hammered. He was in a different dimension. He had left the corporeal realm.
Dude, I was.
So when he tried to run away, it was in slow motion. He was looking like a claymation out there at 5 frames per second. So not the best call there for sure. One thing I found really weird about this, and you see it a bit at the end of the Sizzler reel where the officer goes, "It's YouTube boy," sounding like
how
the
did
owl
it
from
get
the
to
How Many
that?
Licks
That's what I'm
Does
wondering,
Dictate to the
too.
Center of a Tootsie Pop commercial.
It's because it got to that because you were a regular arrest, more than likely. Or I think there was a video where he actually said he was a YouTuber. Probably when one of the arrests, he said he was a YouTuber or something like that too.
Sure seem to fucking hate the idea of YouTube as a career. Like, it's not something Popular MMOs himself brought up where he was like, you know, dusting his shoulder.
I literally
yeah, I'm a
never bring it
YouTuber.
up,
You can
so-
let me go now.
Even
yeah,
when
no
I'm
big deal.
drunk.
You know, squeezing on his own nipples or anything. He didn't bring it up. They found out, and then they start making fun of him for it and just kind of
It's
insulting
probably 'cause
it.
cops get
They
made
were
fun
just
of
bullying
constantly.
him for YouTubing, like being a YouTuber. I half expected them to take him to a toilet and give him a swirly or like an atomic wedgie while calling him a dork.
On March 20th, 2024, officers in
And just so you
Jacksonville...
guys know, like, this arrest is nowhere near compared to what happened to me after this. And that's not a... And I don't even know if I can make a video about it. It was so violent. Like, I got bit by one of the police dogs. Blood everywhere. And I was sleeping. Well, I was passed out. Pretty passed out. And that is just so much worse than what happens in this video.
Why would he? All right. So we'll probably end up watching the dog video, but why was he attacked by the dog? Because he says he was just sleeping, but is that really what happened? Like they don't just sick the dog after you, unless you meet a certain crime statistic. Joking. But it's hard for me to believe that they just sick the dog on you. That sounds like a win-win in a lawsuit.
Look, what am I doing? I thought I might be in the street because they wrote that on the police report. It literally said that on the police report. I'm not in the street. I was, waiting to cross both ways. It took a while because no cars were around at night.
Florida received reports of a man sleeping on a residential street. What they don't expect is to find one of YouTube's most popular former stars, who turns a simple wellness check into a chaotic encounter, leaving another mark on an already unraveling legacy.
You going to jail again? You can Minecraft that.
How excited they are.
That doesn't even make sense. He can Minecraft that. What intarnation kind of hogwash?
I don't know.
If you're going to try and come in here with your,
That really hurt, though.
That's typical police talk, actually.
Sensible. We're Ender dragging his ass to the slammer, or something like that.
I kind of like that.
Better than this garbage, because this was nothing. This was literally...
Hi there. I just came home from picking my sister up at the airport, and there's a man kind of laying in the road. Any drink or drugs, weapons involved that you know of? I do not know. Do you think he's trying to harm himself? I think he might be dead, or I don't know.
Okay, wait. She thinks I'm dead. Wouldn't she be, slightly more worried? I feel like if I saw someone dead on the side of the road, I'd be like, oh my god, tell them I think they're dead. I'd be freaking out.
Okay.
I was, dropping my sister off. I want to, check it out soon.
Yeah, most people don't care anymore. We're so desensitized as a people. Yeah, that's just kind of the way it goes.
I don't know. What is wrong with this world. Just trying to take a little nap.
An officer arrives to find a man lying on the pavement beneath a streetlight, dressed only in shorts and a t-shirt, despite the chilly 45
I am from Connecticut,
weather.
so 911 pretty normal behavior. That was not actually drunk behavior. That was normal behavior for me. I don't even own long pants and like long sleeve shirts, so that's just me, personally.
This call from a concerned citizen expressing that they thought this
Not that
person
concerned.
might be dead. I half expected them to roll up and encounter a Peter Griffin death
Literally
pose,
was
but that
napping.
was not the case. He looks like he was sleeping peaceful as fuck. He is sleeping like an angel right now. He looks comfortable. I am actually jealous of like how soundly this man is sleeping on the concrete.
To be like perfectly honest, and like guys, I'm joking and not joking at the same time with this. The best I ever slept was when I slept. The worst my English ever got was also sober. I sleep like a rock when I'm drinking, clearly, because I slept right on the ground like that. I cuddled up. I found a way to make my backpack a pillow. Like, I don't look dead. Who dies like that? That would be super weird.
I mean,
anyways.
if someone's laying on the street, right, curled up or not, you're probably going to assume that they're dead. I don't know why that's such a hard concept to get. Yeah.
Oh, and guys, you don't know why I'm here. So, basically, I was hanging out with my girl, and she left because she was going to the weed store because she has her weed card. And I decided to stay at her house. Obviously, I was drinking, and she got there. It was closed. So I said I would Uber to my house.
Yeah, I know. At least he didn't get robbed.
Uber back because there was some weed she left at my house. So I grabbed that, went in the Uber. When I got back, my phone had died. Drinking, nighttime, identical houses, cars, like, couldn't figure it out when I got out of the Uber. Literally walked around for an hour, and anyone who's been around a lot of alcohol before knows, like, you can get very tired, and after, like, an hour of trying to figure out where I was supposed to go, I decided I had to take a nap and figure it out when I wake up. Very drunk decision. Terrible decision. That's why, guys, like, sobriety really is, like, a very important thing, especially, like, for me, people who overdo it like this.
Well, like the average person, even when they drink to get drunk, doesn't randomly fall asleep in the streets. Like I've had my drunken moments. I've had some really drunken moments, but that's just not the norm.
Very important. This led to an arrest that shouldn't even have happened. So I took a nap.
Blackout drunk behavior, yes.
Police report said it was in the road. Didn't happen in the road. Clearly on the side of the road. And it's going to lead to a whole thing. Like, I couldn't even explain, like, it wasn't mine either because I was drinking. And also the police scare me. I have some PTSD. And I just...
Well, okay. Here's the thing with a bag, too. It doesn't matter if it's, like, not your bag and there's weed in it. You're holding it. It's in your possession. It's now your weed. That's just how the law works. How many times you hear, no, that's my cousin's bag. It's not mine.
Hey, sheriff's office. Do you live here? Huh? Hey, wake up, man. I don't got all day for you. Wake up. Wake your ass up.
You had a bit too much drink tonight, man? You're good?
You live here?
I'm good, though.
Where do you live?
I had a lot of seals with some of these.
I can't hear you, man.
I had a lot of seals rolls there, sorry.
You had a lot of what?
I literally have to. I might still be sleeping.
He is really hammered, obviously. And his voice is really deep and like really gravelly right now, so he almost sounds like
I can't understand
Jigsaw.
it. It's me.
If Jigsaw was sculling Fireball. Almost sounds like he's casting some kind of spell sometimes.
Go to bed.
All right, well, hurry up, bro, because you're about to be going to jail.
I'm going to
See,
jail.
this is what they're not showing you guys, because I did see some actual footage sent to me from my lawyer. He was yelling at me from further away, like across the street that's right next to him, saying, "I'm going to jail. I'm going to jail." Before they even woke me up, he yelled I was going to jail. And they know nothing. I'm just laying on the ground. So, like, it was extremely rude. Obviously, in this video, they're trying to make it portray like it's not that bad. Like, oh, they're checking on me. But the first thing that happened was I was getting yelled at.
Yeah, you're sleeping on the ground.
Probably at least like 20 minutes out.
I was just drinking. Friends wanted to come over to make sure I was good, that's all.
So how do you get over here?
I got lost.
Oh, that's all they did.
Somebody dropped you off
Uber.
here?
It was Uber.
Yeah, they dropped me off here, yeah.
You need rescue to come check you out? No, I'm actually fine. I'm sorry. Okay, well, can you call Uber or somebody to
No,
come
my
get
phone's
you?
dead.
Because you're in this condition, you're not even safe to walk.
So they were talking to
Yeah, they could have. It sounds like he had some pretty shitty friends, because if they just drove him to some random place and left him there, I don't know that I would be drinking with those people again.
5 seconds while he was trying to like recombobulate himself back to reality and, you know, get the sleepies out of his eyes and snap back to
seriously,
it.
like,
one of the officers
drunk
like,
and
kind of
half
threatens
asleep
that he's going to go to jail if he doesn't like hurry up. So then he stands up.
Yeah, I don't get that
explains
part.
that he was there drinking with friends, and now the officers are saying just get an Uber or get a friend to come over and take you home because you're in no shape to walk. Also, you're nowhere near home. It's not even walking distance, even if you're like the fastest fucking power walker.
No, it was
in
pretty
the world.
far.
Pat, what's your last name, Mr. Pat?
Julian L.
Can you spell that for me?
Better known
so
as
tired.
Pat, 35-year-old Patrick Thomas Julianell is the creator behind the massively
wonder how I
successful
spelled
YouTube
it.
channel, Popular MMOs.
Oh, no, it's dead.
Dead?
Yeah, that's what it's saying, is like that little
I love
battery
how I'm
alert
sitting
you're
Indian
getting.
style. I'm like the most well-behaved like person that gets in trouble. I just
Except
sit on the ground like a little kid,
Except you tried to run. Sure.
Indian style. I'm like, oh, my phone is dead. I need help, Mr. Officer. And they're like, you go in jail. Every time.
It's dead. You need to charge it.
It's kind of what happens when you're laying in the middle of the street and you're drunk in public. Leaving someone drunk in this condition out in the cold could probably be considered manslaughter or at least negligence. Yeah, if he had died, there definitely could have been a lawsuit from any family members or stuff like that, I would see. And even maybe arrests. Definitely probably more on the arrest sides. But yeah, it's like, why would you do that to anybody? I've we've joked around with each other's when we're drunk, but I wouldn't leave a friend in a dangerous position out in the middle of nowhere just for a laugh, or what was going on there.
The officers must have recognized that at the time, because then it gets brought up about him being a YouTube star a lot.
Yeah, I don't know how this stuff happens.
The problem is his phone's dead, which
You're
is why
famous.
he doesn't have an Uber or a friend to call. Would also explain why he's walking home and then eventually, passed out on the sidewalk. So
I was really just trying to find our
they can
house.
charge his phone and he can wait in the car while he.
That's when it went really
warms
bad.
up, because it's cold out.
Because it went through my
he's
stuff.
dressed like it's spring break, but it's actually pretty cold. 45 degrees in Florida. That might as well
That's
be
like
minus
fine.
5 everywhere
In
else
Connecticut,
the world.
it goes so cold.
It's tough down here when it gets below 60. So like he's not in proper attire for that 45-degree weather here. You're layered up in 5 different wool coats. You know what I mean?
I literally
So the officer
don't own a
offers
long
the
sleeve
car
shirt.
for it, and then that's where things go tits up.
Don't really feel like getting arrested.
That's like such a good thing to say. I don't feel like getting arrested right now, Mr. Officer. This is before they even found like anything was wrong too.
Yeah, you're sleeping on the ground.
Yeah, no.
Multiple people are calling it in. Their
pretty
person
sure
might be
only
dead.
one person called in?
You want to sit inside the car. It's nice and warm.
I just don't go to jail again.
Pat is no stranger to the
hate
justice
going to
system.
jail.
On May 16th, 2021, he was arrested on charges of domestic battery causing bodily harm, but the case was later dropped.
As
According
it
to
should have
multiple
been.
news reports at the time, Julian L. posted a statement on Twitter shortly after the incident that has since been deleted, claiming the accusations were false.
I vaguely remember bits and pieces of that story. I only recall little tiddlywinks of the details there.
Yeah, that
but
was a while ago now.
It's brought up here because Pat made a mention about not wanting to go to
Yeah, it's
jail
interesting
again.
to
So I
bring
guess
up, like,
EW
everything.
followed up with what the previous time was. So
Wasn't
they-
previous
they
time.
mentioned
Previous
it
one
here.
was Jags game.
Place your bag on top of my hood. I just got to pat you down before you go inside my car. Place your phone right there.
Yeah, this went so bad so quick.
Just real quick, just put your hands out. You don't have no weapons, anything. You don't have anything on your bag that should be worried of. Any drugs or anything? Huh?
No, it's just called.
Do you mind if I search your bag real quick?
Officers allow Pat to warm up in the back of the cruiser while his phone charges in the front seat.
Gives him some pats for Patrick and then invites him into the back of the vehicle to warm up, but not before asking if he can search his bag, which Pat gives them.
Wait, did I?
consent
Sorry, I
to
get so
do.
distracted because I like to talk a lot.
Do you mind if I search your bag real quick?
Maybe
I'll say this.
search it. Seriously, I was so drunk. They literally took advantage of the fact that I was like hammered and were able to search my bag. Because that literally could have meant no, don't search my bag.
Yeah, here's the thing. Cops are always going to do that to everyone. Most people don't want to say no to a cop even when they're sober because cops are authority figures. You have to learn that, hey, just nope. No cop, you can't search my bag and go from there. Shut up. I'll speak to my lawyer and move along. Easiest thing you can do. But of course, when you're drunk, it's that's harder to do, we'll say.
And I was too drunk to explain
Big blunder here. He got put in the scholar's mate because they find marijuana and alcohol.
It was like
in his
the
bag.
smallest
The
amount,
alcohol's
too.
not a problem, but the marijuana was. I'm guessing he forgot it was there, or he was just so intoxicated he didn't really
I honestly
know what he
don't
was
know what I
agreeing
was thinking
to.
at the
But
moment.
that's about to change everything.
Weed and a ton of Fireball. Homie is messed up.
Fireball of all things.
That's why I asked. I knew.
They just want me so bad.
He spelled his own last name wrong.
Yes. Cops want to arrest you generally. Like that's what they're going for. They're not just saying the things that they want to say. Now, if they're good cops, they're going to do it fairly, but anytime they're looking into the situation, they're looking for something to arrest you for.
So they checked his inventory
It's a
here.
complicated
They
last
found substances they weren't super happy to find, or maybe they were happy to find. He seems to be like celebrating it.
No, dude, they were
And
so
then one of
happy.
the
They
officers
wanted
mentioned
me
he
arrested.
spelled his own last name wrong, which he's extremely fucked up. It's not super surprising. It's just really sad. This is a guy who has a history of struggling with substance abuse,
Dude, it's
as I
been
understand
5
it.
years.
I'm not super familiar with popular MMOs. As most of you know, I'm not the biggest Minecraft enthusiast. Like, I understand why it's like the most popular game ever. I just never got into it to that level. But from what I understand, he does have a history of struggling with this addiction. And now that the
just so you guys know, like, right now, I've been sober for 130 days. This is the longest I've been sober since I picked up my first drink. So, I'm just so glad to finally actually have, like, a clear head, be able to do things, and, like, be able to actually go back on YouTube and, like, share my experiences with you guys. I really don't regret anything because I feel like I learned a lot from all the things that have happened to me, and if that can help other people, then, honestly, it all was worth it, in my opinion.
officers have found the marijuana on his person. They are going to be taking him into custody. But not before one of the officers wants to make sure that this is the YouTuber he thinks it is.
The other confirms his suspicions that Pat is indeed the well-known YouTube star.
Hey, quick question for you. Did you used to play Xbox or anything like that?
Not Xbox.
Xbox or anything like that? Fake gamers.
You didn't have like a YouTube channel?
YouTube, yeah, but not Xbox.
What was the YouTube channel about?
Video games.
What type of video games?
Minecraft.
Minecraft? Oh, okay. All right, thank you.
Minecraft YouTubing. Yep. That's an additional charge, buddy.
Yeah,
It
I mean,
drugs,
it
but
should be.
Charge you with cringe as well.
Literally, I did
Well,
get additional charge.
Let's be fair. There's a lot of a certain kind of criminal in the Minecraft community. So if I heard that this guy was playing Minecraft, I would have instant stipulations to a crime they might be involved in.
Charge, you guys are gonna have to watch this because I am 100% sure I did not resist arrest with violence. It was written into the police report that I did, and they gave me a felony because of it. But you will hopefully see in this footage that I did resist arrest. Running away is resisting arrest. Yes.
Hey, there you go, Redstain.
Put on felony probation, which led to some really, really, really bad things that happened after this, which I'll talk about in other videos, which I hope you guys will stick around for. But really, it's really important to see this footage to see how it actually went down when they arrested me. Because the big difference between resisting arrest, which is running away, and resisting with violence, meaning I'm trying to hurt the police.
Now that the cat's out of the bag, they start calling him
It's
YouTube boy quite a few times.
Yeah, I've heard this in rehab too.
It's also really weird listening to them talk about YouTubing as a career and how like they don't really seem to get it, which is surprising because they're not old. Like, they have to know
Pretty sure they're probably
there's
around
careers
my
on
age.
the internet. It's not like this mystical, mythological beast anymore, this worldwide web.
This is just, YouTubers being YouTubers. Like, yeah, I get it. It's not, people make a lot of money off of YouTube. Some people make decent money off of YouTube, but most of the, normal world, most of the world out there thinks it's, just something that kids want to do. Like, it's not, it's probably never going to have the respect that people want it to have.
Thing.
That's YouTube boy. Off Commissioner Drive.
Just checked out the bag there. There's nothing to bags.
You liar.
Alright, turn around real quick.
Yep.
This is
Just
when
put
I
your
go
arms
bad.
like you're praying.
Look on what?
Like you're praying.
Yeah, just like palm stuff.
See, wait, one second. This is so confusing because who says put your hands like you're gonna pray? That's the front. Am I wrong about this? Like, isn't that the front? They're pretty much saying, like, pray to God, you're getting arrested, YouTube boy. And, yeah, that just would be... sober, this had confused me anyways. I would have done worse. Because they would have said, put your hands like you're praying, and I would have went like this, and they'd be like, he's reaching for a gun, and punched me in the face or shot me. Probably. I'm pretty sure it's going out of my mind.
All right, you're being a little over the top there. They might punch you in the face. That might be true, but they're not gonna fucking shoot you. Like, I'm sorry. That's just not what's gonna happen. You'll probably take a beating, deserved or undeserved, depending on what we see here. But yeah, it's kind of over the top, anti-cop stuff.
And I was like, okay, they have my bag. They found the weed. It's not my weed, but I have to run. I have to run because I'm a drunk idiot, and that's kind of what happened. As you can see, nobody tries to run when they're already holding you. Their hands they don't have to catch me. They caught me. I started running after I was caught. I've never seen that before. That's why don't get this drunk. Don't get drunk. Like, you never gonna think that's a good idea if you're sober. It's not. I couldn't get away. And if I did get away...
He needs to go watch some body cam videos. What he did is exactly what the vast majority of people who are going to run do.
I'm getting arrested after the fact anyways, so it makes no difference. Instead, 7.2 million people watched me get arrested at my lowest point in life, and police push my face into the ground. I start bleeding and stuff too. Honestly, they were very aggressive with me. Like, I had cuts on my face. I had an infected cut on my elbow. It looked horrible in jail, which of course they didn't treat for it because they don't treat for anything in jail. Scuffle. All right, let's watch.
Yeah, okay. You're really crying like a bitch. You're the one, regardless of how drunk you were, that went out. You're the one that got drunk to the point that you don't know what's going on. Your friends might have left you there, but you put yourself in that situation with people, and then you tried to run for the cops while you were drunk. This is your fault, not the cops' fault. When you run, yeah, it tends to get more physical. That's just welcome to breaking the law and trying to run from the police.
Kill 261 fighting one. Kill 261 fighting one.
And listen, this is coming from a guy like me who I have a problem with a lot of bad cops that are out there, and I think there's a lot of ways you should mitigate, and a lot of ways that cops, go against their oath and different things like that. But you still have to understand that no matter what's going on, whether it's mental health, whether it's anything like that, you still have to be in charge of your actions, or at least responsible for your actions. If it's a mental health disorder, you need to be the one doing things ahead of time to mitigate that. If it's drinking, well, you're the one making the choice to drink. No one put the bottle in your hand, so you're the one that has to deal with the consequences of that.
Stop resisting. Stop resisting. Son of a gun already.
So they said stop resisting, and I said we're good. So I was saying I'm not resisting. Like, that's the thing. The second that I went down, I stopped moving. But the thing was, they were still pushing my face into the ground. Like,
Yeah.
I tried to run. They obviously got me, and I went down really quick. The second I went down, I stopped moving because obviously I'm going to get in more trouble. You can see in the video, I didn't try to do anything to the police. I tried to run away. Once I went down, I said, we're good. And he's like, stop resisting. I'm like, we're good. Stop resisting. Keep saying it over and over again while I'm just laying there with someone pushing my face on the ground. So I don't know if they had a bad day or what.
So they decided
No, that's
to
just
arrest him
okay.
for the possession of marijuana.
You're talking about people that day in and day out deal with criminals who try and run and get violent on a regular basis. Yes, they tend to have a predisposition to, which isn't the right word, but you get what I'm saying, to get aggressive when someone tries to run, because it usually means that person doesn't want to go to jail, so they're going to fight. It's just, welcome to the payback for you trying to run. Should they beat the shit out of you? No, they shouldn't. But they're going to put you on the ground and make sure you can't move again before they get you in cuffs, or so they can get you in cuffs.
Marijuana, and as they're going to put him in cuffs, he tries to break away.
It's really bad.
It doesn't go very far, but you can hear him say something that's just extremely sad, where he says he's tired of it all.
Yeah, I'm tired of getting arrested all the time.
They also said that he was resisting with violence, claiming that he kicked them. I didn't really see that in the body cam because it looks like they kind of potato sacked him immediately. It's not like he got very far and he was already really unsteady on his feet, but that is part of this. I can't confirm or deny if there were any kicks being thrown.
No, I went down. I knew the second I went down.
Trying to run away was a terrible idea. Like, even if he was in, prime shape right now, not super fucked up, even if he had all the makings of a varsity athlete.
No, because I was being held
he
already.
was still not going to get far there. They had already had his arms behind his back. Unless he had like an Enderpearl to throw to get out of there.
Dude, it was impossible. It was the worst time to run.
He's big on, well, used to be big on YouTube.
Playing Minecraft.
And my audio blew up.
But he made a lot of money.
I can't believe this is their conversation.
What are you doing here?
What do you expect them to talk about?
He likes to party with strippers.
So he's like currently big in Minecraft now?
No, he died off about a year and a half ago.
I'm glad I, made everyone's career on this night because they clearly wanted to arrest me and then gossip about me after.
Cops just talk about things. If they know who you are, they're going to talk about who you are. They do the same thing with like criminals. Hey, this guy was, busted on this street for this time. Blah, 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 blah. It's just, yeah, that's what people do. They talk. I'm sorry if that kind of makes you angry, but they're people.
Millions. I looked him up on YouTube before. You won't believe who it is, Sarge. Who is it? It's YouTube boy.
I just find that so strange because it's not like this is some kind of like oddball career. It's like the number one thing kids want to be these days is like
Florida
a YouTuber and shit. Like, there's no way they could be that in the dark on it, where they're acting like it's such a foreign concept of making money online, playing video games. Now they're calling him YouTube boy, like some kind of wacky.
No, it's really hard not to watch this
creature.
video. People in rehab told
I don't know,
me they were calling me that.
Very surprising to me because this is just.
But
like,
I wanted my reaction to be a video.
Not like Podunk.
Yeah, I personally think this is just cope from Charlie. This isn't what you would consider a typical job. Yes, a bunch of kids want to do it, but it's like going to be an actress or an actor. You don't have a very high chance of making it big or even making it to the point that you make a decent living. Like, for every YouTuber that's just making enough money to, maybe consider it a job, there's hundreds of people that's channels are just absolutely dying or that never even break out of like 5 or 10 subscribers.
Access or something. I don't know. I just found that behavior very.
Oh, this is what I should have done.
Surprising, I suppose.
I am not surprised at all.
He's the one who ran through the gate again.
I did not run through the gate. Oh my god, I get arrested so much. Like, my friend ran on the field, and I made a video about it. You guys have seen it. It was one of my it was only a couple videos ago. My friend ran on the field. I recorded it. I got arrested anyways. They threw it out like that. Like the second I went to first appearance, they threw it out and let me go because I shouldn't have been arrested in the first place. I didn't actually do anything. I had a camera. I don't know why I'm holding it like a camera. It's a phone. I had a phone, and that's it. And I never got my phone back too. They stole my phone.
Yeah, the Jaguar game. The Jag game.
In 2022, Pat and 2 others were arrested after one of them ran onto the field during a Jacksonville Jaguars football game. He received a withhold of adjudication and a sentence of 2 days in jail with 2 days credit for
I did not go to jail for 2 days either. Who writes this? Like, who is controlling the computer? I'm trying to figure that out. I went to jail for about 16 hours. I did not go for 2 days. I was there and I was out within 24 hours. They let me out because I shouldn't have been arrested.
time served.
Okay.
That I never heard of. That is an interesting plan. I have to imagine alcohol was involved with that decision.
You know, everyone
as well.
thinks that alcohol was like highly involved with that, but it wasn't. My friend decided to jump on the field and I tried to record it. Like, I did not think I'd be going to jail or anything would be happening. I mean, that was a sober decision, to be perfectly honest.
Yikes.
They would probably put 2 days if those 16 hours spanned 2 days. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Is something around that idea of it's, oh, well, you know, he was there from whatever in the morning until the next day, so they just put 2 days in there. I doubt they do it just by the hour. And if that's the case, the judge could have wrote it off as time served, even if they threw it out, right? Time served. He did 2 days in prison. He's good to go.
And resisting.
Yeah. You're going to jail. Again. You can Minecraft that.
35-year-old Patrick Pat Thomas Julianell was formally charged with resisting an officer with violence.
Yeah, look at my elbow. Like, if someone was resisting with violence happening to me is how they should reword it. They forgot a couple words in that sentence.
As well as possession of marijuana under 20 grams. 2024, he was declared indigent, meaning a determination was made that he couldn't afford a private attorney, and he was appointed a public defender.
Dude, so, okay, I've actually been hearing this a lot. Even my mom told me this, that people were saying this. That I wasted all my money, like, you know, being drunk, I guess. Like, that's what everyone thinks, that I made off YouTube, and that I didn't have a lawyer.
Damage, I am preparing maps in Foundry, virtual tabletop, for my D&D campaign. Right now, what I'm doing is I'm building the walls of this place. So when I play, it will actually block out. Like if I have a character down here, it'll block out where all the walls are or tokens are. So what we're going to do, though, is I'm not going to play virtually like online with people. A buddy of mine just bought a TV that has a stand on it so you can lay it down like a table, and I'll pull these maps up, and I'll have some invisible lights that will follow the characters around as they move their physical models around here and unlock rooms. So I'm putting the monsters in it. I'm making the walls, the doors, everything that goes in here. It'll look here. I'll go to a one that I finished. These ones are fun. I'll do one of these ones, like the dining cart. So this guy they'll be able to see. There's lights going off. There's a little portal. As they move through it, they won't be able to see in this room. So the way you do it here is you can create a actor for them, for each character, basically. And I'll have 2 programs open. Like the way Foundry works is the program is on my laptop, but then I can give somebody a link to log in as a person. So on the TV that has for the TV that's going to have the maps on it, it's going to be a player account for just maps. And on the DM side, I'll have a token that they can't see. So when they move their physical model onto a space, I'll move that invisible model basically to where they are, and it will show their line of sight, because you can set up line of sight and things like that in this game. You can set up if they have dark vision or anything like that and how long it is. So that particular character will be able to see certain things. So a lot of it is stuff in the background that they won't see, like all of it. Like you go into this, I did all these lights, which I can turn on and off depending on if they open or shut the windows. Then you've got the walls, I've got doors. So when we go here, like I can open up this and it lets the light in. I can open up that one and it'll let the light in, or I can close that one, no more light. Close that one. So it's just ways to make the map look cooler. But yeah, you just track them by having an invisible token that goes underneath them. Boom, boom, boom. But back to this.
I had a lawyer. Like I said, I don't know who controls the computer system here in Jacksonville, but that's incorrect completely. I got a lawyer right away. They came to my first appearance. I had a lawyer throughout the...
Oh yeah, VTTs, virtual tabletops, became popular quite a while ago, but they've always been very limited. And a lot of them, like you have Roll20, that's the supposed to be like the big one, but it's a website, it's subscription based, all of this other stuff. It hasn't changed in years until Foundry came around, which I don't remember which one they came out, and it started out as just a passion project. The guy wanted to make it because he was tired of having bad virtual tabletops, and it ended up becoming so popular he started selling it. But what's great is he doesn't sell it by a monthly subscription. You buy the software is on your computer. The only thing you might have to buy is modules if you want to put a module in there, say for a particular campaign or anything like that. But otherwise you can create everything yourself. You can import maps, you can set up actual effects. There's mods you can download that'll have like magical effects. So if they cast like a fireball, it will shoot the fireball out, and in the area there will be an explosion of the right, distance. So it's a really cool app. We're just using it for in-person purposes because it's way better when you've got the TV for the virtual tabletop to have all the maps collected on there than to have a bunch of paper and stuff like that.
Entire case that I ended up on probation for, and I've always had a lawyer every single time I've gotten arrested. I've never worked with a public defender in my entire life. So literally no idea who wrote this. They are an idiot.
This part actually...
they just got information wrong.
A child watching the Pokemon movie for the first time when Ash gets turned to stone.
It wouldn't make sense.
I had my jaw on the floor here. That he would be declared indigent and unable to afford a private attorney.
Yeah, that just didn't happen.
He did undoubtedly make millions of dollars from his career on YouTube. That is a fact. Making Minecraft content being the size he was, he definitely did make millions.
Yeah, and to waste money like that, it's impossible.
An attorney.
I'm not much of a big waster when it comes to money, even when I'm drinking. I literally had a bottle of Fireball, which is like a $15 bottle. Like I wear normal clothes. I don't really spend a lot of money, so I mean... None of that happened. That's crazy, though. I don't know why that's written into the report.
Is mind-boggling. That's just tragic.
It's like we're talking about bureaucracy. It could have simply just been an error.
That happens a lot, where a superstar pisses away all their money.
No, it does
in a very short amount of
time.
Like
gambling, usually, though.
That is an unbelievable amount of money to somehow not have access to at all anymore. It's just all gone, all just dried up. Holy shit.
I mean, it's possible. People do it all the time.
On November 20th.
Yeah, and I had to because mine was going to go to trial, and I was nervous that they'd send it to me to jail time. And basically the plea I accepted put me on probation, which was felony probation, which I still believe should not have happened because in that video, in my opinion, that was not resisting with violence. I did not try to be violent towards the police officers for 1 second of that. I believe
then you should have fought it if you didn't think so. But if you accepted the plea deal, you're accepting the idea that you are the one that committed the crime, right? I get it. Yes, it's probably better to take the plea deal, but then to sit here and be like, oh, well, no, I didn't do it. Well, according to the law, you did because you accepted that deal.
I believe it was unfair and very unjust, but here we are. Almost done with probation. I just need to finish a few more hours of community service, and I'm done with that, and I'll be off papers, which is a term I learned in jail. Thank you for helping me learn that term.
2024, and to the Police Memorial Fund. and write an
a lot of stuff
apology
to
to
do.
the officer he assaulted.
I did all those things.
However, on January 8th, 2025, he was found to have violated his probation due to substance-related issues after failing a drug
I did
test
fail
on
a drug
December
test.
20th,
And
2024.
I'll probably talk about that in a future video. Like, I really do want to dig deep into, like, the things that happen, like, in my life. Because I think, as you get to understand it, I'll be able to help people a lot more. Because problems with drugs and alcohol, like, are so common these days, which is insane. And, like, I've been...
These days, dude, drugs have been, like, a common problem for a long time, since the CIA started bringing in tons of cocaine and pushing crack all over the fucking United States. Yeah, drugs have been a problem for a while.
When I was arrested here, I had never touched a drug in my life other than weed, and I really never liked weed. But I definitely developed a problem with drugs later after this, which we'll probably get into in a future video, which I hope can be helpful to some people who have the same kind of problems.
So it's not like things have been looking up for him. It's not like he's, you know,
but they finally
getting the help he needs. He's still very much struggling with it, and even to this day, it seems, is still having problems with the law and having...
Yeah, like literally, he wouldn't have known this, but when this video dropped, I was actually in jail. So yeah, no, I've been struggling for like 5 years. Like, I thought that like that might be the end of like my entire life, honestly. And luckily I was able to pull myself out of it, and now I'm just going to try to document, like, you know, turning my life around. So, like, I hope you guys can do the same if you're in the same situation, or just never let yourself go down a path like this, because it can literally happen to anyone. Because keep in mind, I didn't touch anything until I was 30 years old, and that's like the last person you'd expect to develop a huge problem with substances.
Problems with
no, you can pretty much develop them at any age.
A warrant for his arrest issued on January 10th, 2025. On February 2nd, 2025, police responded to Pat's home address and reference to a mentally ill person, where he then was arrested for the active warrant.
Yeah, write a little bit more, like when you had your little Poochie use me as a chew toy. What about that part? Yeah, we're gonna talk about that in a different video, because it's just absolutely ridiculous. Like, I have scars from that one.
His probation was subsequently modified to include GPS monitoring.
I never had a GPS monitor. That's not true. So I don't know who wrote that.
2025, a warrant was issued for his arrest due to a second violation of probation, when he submitted a urine sample which tested positive for marijuana and alcohol.
Yeah, so it is still an ongoing issue, a huge battle he's still engaged in here. It needs professional help. For sure.
No, I went to rehab
because
for
it's ruining
3
his
months
life.
before
Like, his
I got
life has
out.
been circling the drain, it seems, and it's fucking rough to see. But anyway, I saw this body cam today, and just wanted to talk about it a bit. And that's really it. So, yep.
No, I appreciate him making the video and putting it all together, because it was way easier for me to watch, because I'm pretty sure the body cam footage is, every time you get arrested, it's like hours long, literally. But yeah, guys, I hope you'll join me for my journey. I hope I can help some of you, and yeah, let's get back to living life the right way and not messing it up like this, because honestly, this sucks.
I mean, he's showing his life, but most people are just going to probably find this funny, one way or the other. Like, yeah, Charlie was soying out a bit there, but I'm not quite sure where he is helping people other than showing his mistakes online and then telling you to drink slightly until it's all over with. So we got 2 more videos that I'm going to try and make it through here. Let's see. They're shorter. The next one, open link, is called I Got Sober and Found Out I Was Robbed for $250K.
Back to another video, and today, guys, this is a video I really wasn't expecting to make. The first 2, I knew that was happening when I got out of rehab and I was trying to get sober and work on myself. I wanted to make a video to help people, and honestly, the comments have been awesome. Like, so many people have messaged me saying it helped them or it helped their family members, and really, if I could say...
And this is what I worry about, is like, is he really doing it because he wants to help people out? Is he doing it because he feels bad for himself and he wants to get more... the likes help him feel better. I I don't know. It's always so performative to me.
Save someone's life, that would mean the absolute world to me. But this one, something I really wasn't expecting, and I did know during my addiction, my brain pretty much shut off. Like, I was so, like, unaware of anything, and I think some people sometimes don't realize, like, how bad it can get, and I hit absolutely rock bottom, like, so far you could imagine. Like, I couldn't remember anything, like, and it was a lot scarier than, like, I would have ever expected it to be. Like, I would wake up some days, I wouldn't remember, like, family members' names, wouldn't remember my girlfriend's name, my own name, people's birthdays. Like, it was like I was getting amnesia, and it wasn't like blacking out from drinking or something. It was literally like I just couldn't remember things. I couldn't access parts of my memory, and I assume that's definitely mixing, you know, drugs and alcohol, which is just scary. And guys, like, I'm so glad people are joining me for this journey, because I don't want anyone to go through some of the stuff that I went through. And if you are, like, just know, like, if I was able to crawl out of that hole, and literally I could not have been further down in it, that means you can too, and so can, like, any family members or friends. It's always possible, because I was waking up not remembering things, and people expect you to be able to, like, make the right decisions. I couldn't even remember people's names or know what was going on at all. It was impossible. So you do have to be supportive to people going through something like this. So yeah, guys.
That's debatable, because you can start being supportive in the beginning, sure. But not everybody has not everybody has, like, the strength to stick with somebody who is I'm losing my mind. Not everybody has the strength to stick with somebody who's going through those kind of issues. You're not a good person. You're not acting like a good person. You can be actively harming people. It's just not. It's not a good situation, and you have to, like, I give it out to people who stick with somebody, not when it's become an abusive relationship, but stick with somebody who is trying to make it better than just leaving because it's too hard. That's not an easy thing to do, and sometimes leaving is the right answer.
Thank you. I love you guys all, seriously. So thank you for joining me for this journey, and let's jump into this. All right, guys, here we go. So I literally got a text on my phone. This isn't actually how it started. Well, this is kind of how it started. I got a text on my phone. It said that my account was overdrawn. I never wasted money, even when I was drunk. Like, not a lot. I would waste a little bit of money. Everybody does. But I never got to a point where I would be wasting money and just run out of money in an account. Never would have happened. So I'm looking at it, I'm like, what? I have to look this up. And, like, then I'm trying to figure out how to get onto my accounts. Can't get into any bank accounts. I have to go, like, I couldn't get into any accounts. Everything has went haywire in the last 5 years. And with a lot of work, eventually I got onto it. But there's a step before that. I did get something in the mail right when I got out of rehab. I ignored it. I was like, okay, what's this? Someone got arrested, and we're going to go into this right now. And it said that I signed something for their car. So I was like the co-person for it. And I was like,
no.
And I ignored it. Probably shouldn't have ignored it, because this was weeks before I found out about my account getting overdrawn. So as you can see on this piece of paper right here, and guys, stick around for all of this. This is crazy. I have tons of evidence of someone stealing so much money, like, and doing a lot of terrible things. So stick around for all of it. It gets pretty insane. And I figured out everything. Now that I'm sober, I'm able to think, and I'm functioning really well. So it's kind of interesting to see. So yeah, someone got arrested. If you read this right here, so it says what happened to them was driving under the influence, prostitution, or sex-related offense. So they probably got a DUI. Honestly, they just didn't, like, write exactly what it was. So their vehicle got impounded, and apparently it's mine. Like, I won a car somehow, but it sounds like I paid.
You have shit friends.
This is why you have to check your accounts. Like, even if someone doesn't have a problem with, like, alcohol and drugs, literally, this is a reminder to everyone, check your accounts, because people could be stealing just a little bit of money. It does add up over time. This added up to a lot, and it's horrible. So apparently I have a 2018 Mazda. I know nothing about cars. I actually didn't even look to see what one looks like. But at the end of this, guys, I may actually get this car. So, and the person's name is here. I am aware of who it is. I'm obviously not going to put their name in the video because the police are handling this. And oh my God, talking to the police, that scared me. But I've never looked at a Mazda, and I opened up a tab, so let's check out, see what car again. 2018 Mazda. All right, so let's look at the images here. Apparently, I may get this car, which is hilarious in itself. I'm trying to make light of the situation that a lot of money was stolen from me, and I might not get it all back. But yeah, apparently this car I may have paid for without even knowing, which is crazy. So also, I got this too. So this I also ignored because it went with that. So as you can see, my name here, towing. They have really great penmanship. Great job. And apparently I was supposed to pick this up. I mean, it wasn't actually where I live either. It was like down further south in Florida. And trust me, when I got a rehab, I was just trying to restart my life. I wasn't worried about some random person that I knew years ago, like getting arrested and their car being impounded. Didn't really care. So ignored this. So then I received that text. My account's overdrawn. I'm like, why is it overdrawn? I finally figure out how to get on. And you can see I have 3 different accounts, and I blacked out everything so that you can't, like, re-steal my identity. Like, that would be ridiculous if I set myself up for it again. But as you can see here, guys, this account right in the middle is negative $2,000, and it just doesn't make sense. Cause, like, and this was also an account from, like, Connecticut before I moved, like, 10 years ago. I didn't really use it much. I wrote some checks with it, but that's about it. So it's in the negatives. I'm like, why is it in the negatives? All right, let's dig deeper into this. Okay, so here's where it had money, had $112. Discover e-payment goes into the negatives. They try again. Discover e-payment further into the negatives. Thank you for that. And yeah, that was bad. So those are the first like couple ones I see, and I'm like, Discover e-payment. I'm like, that's a Discover card. I don't have a Discover card. So I'm like, okay, someone has access to my account, and I'm like thinking, like, who could it be? I'm thinking like X's or something. I'm like, possibly. That isn't what happened though. Not at all. So the first thing I did is I called the bank. And I was like, whose account is this? And because I can't look into it, the details online don't show it, which banks really should show the details. I'm like, can you give me the name? And they're like, do you know a... And I was like, oh my God. Out of anyone that could have done this, it was someone I knew a long time ago, and I didn't know them well, so it was crazy that they somehow robbed me when I was drunk, I guess. Like,
doesn't take much.
For years. That's insane. They stole so much money doing that. Like, absolutely horrible, guys. So definitely look into this stuff, because if you do it quick, you can actually get all your money back, like, pretty, like, quickly. That's gonna be a longer process for me. So I keep looking at...
It depends. The insurance in banking is... up to $250,000, funny enough, that they will insure for you. Everything else after that, it's just gone.
At this, and I'm like, all right, what else is there? So there's a million Discover charges. I'm like, they're doing it every day. Look, 19th, 19th, 18th, 14th, 13th, 12th. Like, Jesus, you really pushed your luck on this. Good luck. Good thing I was so drunk, I guess. So it's like $600, $150, and then I don't know how to say that, loan payment right there. So there's loans. I don't have loans, like, so that also makes no sense. So it's getting to where I'm really confused. I'm like, okay, what's that? Let's keep going with this. Definitely don't have loan payments. And then here, look how many there are. Like, it's crazy. 12th, 13th, 16th, 16th, 17th, 18th, 19th, 23rd, 24th, 24th, 27th, 27th. I literally had a sugar baby, but I didn't even get any of the sugar at all. Like, how is that even fair to me? Also, Progressive.
Well, that's what happens.
I'm Progressive. I don't have that one either. So I'm like, this is terrible. And then I'm like, what's this? Credit One. I'm like, I know I have like a Chase card. I'm like, that's not Credit One. It's another credit card. They opened 2 credit cards. So eventually I figured out how they did this, right? So they got a hold of one of my checks, right? And apparently, and I didn't know this. This is why this video is important to me, because I know I'm not the only one. I might be one of 1%. One out of 1,000. If this helps 1 out of 1,000 people, that would be awesome. Just from having a check and writing out a check to someone. Like, if you wrote out a check to someone, they can literally steal all your money. They can. All they need is the account number and the routing number. The lady at the bank confirmed it. That is actually possible just from those numbers. So even leaving the house, which clearly happened, as you'll see further into this, like seriously, stick around. It gets crazy. They're going to get so many charges. And the time in jail for this is actually pretty significant, which we're going to see. So yeah, lots of different charges here, and they were able to open these accounts, like these cards, and link the cards to my account just from the account number and the routing number. Like I didn't have to confirm anything.
Okay.
I didn't have to sign anything.
There are things you can do with your bank account to help prevent stuff like this, but yeah, if they have enough information, it is possible. But that doesn't mean that every time you give out a check that they're going to, instantly do this, I guess, is what I would say. Like, this is a guy who I feel like he got rich, but he has like no concept of anything else in the real world. He sounds like a teenager going through life, and this dude's older than I am.
But they learn how to sign stuff themselves, apparently. And then we go even further. This is when it gets crazy. And I'm like, wow. Like, when I said I had a sugar baby, like, apparently, like, wow. Because look at this one down here on 5-2. So I obviously blanked this out. It had an address. So apparently what was happening was I was paying for rent. So that was $1,942, which isn't cheap.
God damn.
Either. Like, someone was living good. And, like, they had to know eventually something was going to happen, like, which it will. But, yeah, $1,900.
Most people think they're going to get away with it.
Kind of crazy to me. And here goes even more. So I'm looking at this, and I see Verizon. I'm paying a phone bill. $600? Like, what do you have, 15 phones? Like, oh, my God. And then I'm looking at multi-funding. I got rid of some things just for privacy, just so people aren't going through everything. This is the internet, of course. And I'm looking at the place multi-funding. I'm like, this is also rent. Which some of them overlap the dates. And I'm like, you really, like, paid for 2 places at the same time for a while there? Like, really? Like, could you push your luck anymore and be more of a criminal? You got arrested, and that's how I found out something. Now you're going to get arrested again, because I talked to the police guys. So when I found all this out, I was dreading it. Called my lawyer. I'm like, okay, not only am I having these problems and just got out and, like, figuring out probation, like, but also, just so you know, like, I got robbed for, like, a lot of money, and she's like, you're gonna have to talk to the bank, and I talked to the bank, and they helped me with some things, but I have to call the police. I call the police. I'm like, hey, like, I got robbed, fraud, lots of charges, like, about how much money? I'm like, couple $100,000. They're like, we're gonna have to send police to your house. And I'm like, oh my God, no. Like, I don't like talking to them. I have PTSD. I've been arrested a lot of times, and just them coming over gives me so much anxiety. It's insane. Like, I can't control it. I start, like, shaking. Like, I feel sick. Like, I feel like I'm gonna pass out. That's a big problem. So luckily, one guy came over. A second one came eventually, but never came. And I explained the situation. They're like, you need to take all your bank statements and mark every single transaction that wasn't yours. There is like 1,000. And when I say 1,000, that's not an exaggeration. There really is like 1,000. So I'm going to be working on that. Yay. Hopefully I'll get some money back. According to my lawyer, they're going to get arrested, which is good. And then they may be forced to pay restitution, which means they'd have to slowly pay me back over time. It'll take their whole life, probably. And if they don't pay it, they just go straight back to jail. So
Well, a lot of times they just go bankrupt and you don't get anything. But yeah, I get what you're saying.
I'm okay with that, I guess. Like, I'm more okay with actually like helping other people not make the same mistake, because this is ridiculous. And once again,
he keeps harping on this, like helping other people. It's like he's trying to make himself. He knows all these bad things he's done, and now he's trying to make himself into a good guy. He's like trying to overcorrect the situation. So take that with what you will.
$2,400, like that's a very expensive rent that I was paying for. Here's where we get into another thing. There are checks, like so. Obviously, like I cut off the bottom so I don't do this to myself again. Just have someone else steal my identity or whatever this would be considered fraud, I guess. So as you can see, this part's really interesting because I looked at some of these, and I'm like, huh. So it's clearly my check. I blurred out their name, address, and stuff like that. But my signature, I'm looking at it, I'm like, that's not my signature at all right there. So this is $650. They paid it to themselves for insurance. But there's 4 of these, and they're all like right around the same time. This one's $700. Different signature. Look at it. Look, a little like squiggle circle thing there.
Yep.
This one goes way further, and just the last name became way less letters.
It's just so hard to believe. This guy just like didn't doesn't understand that check fraud is a thing. I mean, obviously he didn't. Like, I don't blame him for this. Clearly, that he didn't deserve to have this happen. But the way he talks about it is just like not even understanding the basic concepts.
It is possible people's kind of differ each time, but then look at this one. That one's like 2 letters, it's like 2 zeros. So really far off, and it's $1,000. Is it getting higher? Wait, hold on. 650. I didn't even look at this. 650, 700, 1,000. There's one more. 2,000. They up their game every time. Oh man.
Well, yeah, you keep pushing the buck. Actually, I don't know when this was that they got stolen from. Even then, though, like back when, there's a lot of preventions that are done that have to be done legally to get a check passed through. Like if it's over a certain amount of money, there has to be some kind of internal investigation put into it. There's also different things like that set off red flags, as I guess what it comes down to. So it's kind of bizarre to me that this happened so easily. I've seen it get around it before, but they're usually pulling out less and less money. I don't remember anymore what the amount was that sets it off. The hard cap number, but even a lot of tellers and stuff like that have seen these checks before and can sometimes, catch them even before they get used.
$2,000. This one actually, when I saw it, I was like, "Is that my signature?" Because it looks closer. But then I looked at it, I'm like, they literally forgot how to spell my last name when they got to the I and had to stop and go there. So clearly not my signature. I don't stop in the middle of it. Thank you very much. Well,
no one knows your signature, right?
Should look like. Made a slight video here. It's really not the best. I was holding my phone at the same time, but like this is a more accurate representation of pretty much what my signature looks like, although it varies from time to time, but there's no weird squiggles at the end of it. Like, I don't do that. So they're caught in that. So they don't just get like normal fraud for hundreds of thousands of dollars. They get check fraud too. So that's a pretty big deal. And it actually is thousands of dollars in check fraud right here. Like, that's quite a bit. And the regular fraud, we're going to look at the math in a second. They get the highest, like, felony. It's a first-degree felony.
Yeah.
This much money from someone. Can't believe it went unnoticed. So take a look at this. And this is just, like, estimates. It's probably more, honestly. And I actually do have to go through this. There's roughly 400 credit card charges. There's probably more than that because the 400 were the ones that I saw online. When I went to the bank, they showed me 2 years previously of more charges and stuff. So this is a low-end guess. So about $300 each. It could be higher than that too. That's about $120,000 in credit card charges over the course of 4 years, which is insane because that's $30,000 a year just in credit card charges, not even the rent or anything. So they're spending money like crazy. Car insurance, this is also like, I think it was more like $1,000.
You're usually on borrowed. Yeah, they're doing it like crazy because it's usually on borrowed time. You gotta get on and make your bank before everything starts to go south. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that's the right amount. These maps just don't line up all that well. I guess it's like that. Yeah, right there. Yeah, this doesn't really match, but that's okay. These maps are not very good when it comes to grid stuff. Weird.
$30,000 here, which, I mean, these two together could be more like $200,000, but I didn't want to like overdo it and act crazy. Rent, yeah, about $2,000. As you saw, some of them are more than that. Times about 30 times I saw them in there. That's another $60K. Crazy. Verizon bills, another $10,000. Loans, $10,000. Why do they need loans? They already got my card and information, everything apparently. So $10,000. Other expenses, just because I missed things. I didn't put the checks in here. I put about another $35,000, which puts it at $250,000.
This person like had a good life for a little while.
They spent over $62,500 a year. See, my brain couldn't have done that before. Now that I'm sober, I could think again. So that is insane. And the reason I'm making this, guys, is I want to help you. Like, I don't want people to have to go through this kind of stuff. Like, because of my, like, addiction, I let other bad things happen to me. Not only would I be like throwing up blood, like, and like my organs were having problems, I'd end up in the hospital, like, I was also getting robbed at the same time. So like, not only like mentally,
Poor me, poor me, poor me.
physically destroyed, and apparently getting there financially destroyed, which is insane. Because once you go down that hole, guys, every part of your life crashes down. And I honestly don't want to see that happen to anybody. And yeah, guys, I'm going to continue posting about this kind of stuff in my life going on and my journey like during recovery. I hope it helps other people. I hope you guys will stick around. Love you guys. I'll see you next time. Almost forgot the most important thing. We got to look this up. What is the jail time for $250,000 in fraud? This is why I like AI now. It answers all these questions for me.
Yeah, but not general. He's an AI guy too.
Range from a few
not
years
generally correctly though. Not always correctly.
That's crazy. Several decades. So for a loss more than $250,000 but less than $550, federal sentencing guidelines add 12 offense levels to the base sentence. This looks really bad. And right here, sentence of up to 20 years in federal prison. So this is pretty bad. I hope the police take care of it. This is the first time in so long, like, I'm on the right side of the law. Feels pretty awesome. But yeah, see you guys later.
And we got one more to watch. We probably have. We'll go over a little bit, but
a little while back there was.
Whoa! Thank you. So let's take a look at the last video. This is the one that came out recently. What is it? It is police dog attacked me while asleep in bed. So let's.
What's up, dudes? It's Pat, and welcome back to another video. And today, guys, we are back for something honestly crazy. So the support has been awesome ever since I came back. Like, all the comments, everything, like, it's just been wild. Like, I can't believe the kind of support.
This is where it feels like it's more and more performative to me, because it's you know, I love the likes. Please like me. Thank you for liking me. Positive, positive, positive. And it's so performative. I might sound like I'm being an asshole, but I am not a fan of people who will use this more to their advantage than just, you know, bettering themselves. Like, I think you could go actually help people that have these kind of issues versus just getting on the internet and, you know, acting like you're helping people by, you know, showing your most embarrassing moments.
I have, and like, seriously, guys, I left for years, and everyone stuck with me through all this time, and just hearing that, like, my story's helping other people means the world to me. And you guys saw, like, what happened while I was gone. You know about my arrest, because that was online, and then I finally reacted to that. But so much has happened since then. There's, like, so much to this story that I really hope helps other people. Especially people who know someone going through addiction, to see kind of the mindset they're in, because it's so hard to understand it. And for some reason, I was dumb enough to try to record myself going through withdrawals. Like, I don't know what's wrong with me. I'm a YouTuber at heart. I was sick, dying, probably should have went to the hospital. Instead, I'm like, let me pick up a phone and record myself. So I have a bunch of videos that I really don't.
So we're just gonna
like from earlier this year. So that video where I got arrested, this all happened directly before that. Actually, no, sorry, that was wrong. I already said it wrong. Sorry. These happened directly before my second arrest. So the original video I showed you guys the clip of, like that 10, 15 minute long thing, I recorded these after. I was trying to show myself getting better, and then I got arrested. So that's exactly where this fits in. And I'll show you what happened during that arrest. It is so much.
Jesus, that's crazy.
People thought it was bad when, like, the cops were jerks to me and everything. And, you know, I tried to run away, and they, like, kind of pinned me with a felony when I really shouldn't have gotten one. Well, I was attacked, and this might get demonetized, but this was pretty horrible what happened to me. Literally one of the worst things in my life.
So we're not just watching, like, videos of him being, you know, affected. We're watching more body cam footage that he thinks he was wrongly done in for sympathy, right?
There was a video. I can't really show the video because it'll definitely like get taken down. And I don't even like watching it, honestly. It makes me feel bad, like, in every way. So, but there is pictures, and so definitely watch all the way to the end. There's a lot of interesting stuff here, like, about, like, how people going through this feel. So if you know someone in your family or a friend, like, hopefully that'll help you. Or if you're in this situation, know you're not alone. Like, I got about as bad as someone could get and still be standing here, or sitting here. So that's always good. But yeah, guys, I'm back. I'm feeling great. Let's jump into this. Some of this is hard for me to watch. I actually started to record this, and then I was like, okay, I talk too much because I was so quiet in these clips. So I'm doing it again. I'm going to shut up during all the clips and then react after. Because some of them I had to play music in because I was getting panic attacks, like, constantly. Like, and the music is, like, calm, like, soothing music. I'd play it 24/7, and I would never move and just sit there and have to go through weeks of just feeling like I'm gonna die, basically. But let's watch one of these.
So I was just sitting here and I got super paranoid for some reason. Like, you see the picture of Cloud and the owl and the guy. I literally felt like everyone was looking at me. And my giant bear, I had to turn it around. I got so paranoid. And then I thought I saw someone outside, and then I went to have a drink to just calm myself down, because I actually thought the bear was going to attack me, which sounds extremely delusional, because it is. I just had no idea what to do about it.
Okay, so yeah, as you can see, I was super paranoid. This has happened to me going through withdrawals before, 'cause I went through them a lot of times, because I tried to get better a million times before it finally, like, worked for me. And yeah, I get paranoid, like, really paranoid. I'm about as heavy as a drinker as someone could possibly be. I was drinking, I would say, roughly 50 shots of alcohol a day for, like, years straight. And when I would not have alcohol in my system, like, I get paranoid. Like, pictures would actually feel like they're staring at me, like, literally. Like, and even though it makes no sense, it's like I'm being watched. And it just, the anxiety was so high. I couldn't leave my house. I couldn't do anything. Constant panic attacks. It just was a horrible feeling. And going through this at home by yourself is, like, a terrible, dangerous idea. So I don't recommend that to anyone. What I tried to do is to wean myself off alcohol, so a little bit less every day. When you start at, like, 50, that is a long, horrible, painful process. And this is how it went.
And by the way, I haven't really recorded myself because I need to get dressed still. But I never realized how terrible it was to be alone until I got super paranoid. Every little noise, like, even Cloud hears them too, and even that makes me paranoid.
I mean, this is just...
everything. But no, it's so miserable being alone for this. In this big house, all these weird noises. It's like 5 o'clock in the morning, it's dark outside.
Yeah, 5 o'clock in the morning. Like, I wouldn't sleep either. You can't sleep during it. If you do sleep, at least for me, it was just the worst experience of my life. Like, I'd wake up gasping for air, and I'd start, like, having, like, weird shakes, like seizures, I guess. Probably should have went and seen someone about that. Like, this was a terrible, terrible experience, and, like, just being alone is the scariest thing ever. But people around made too much noise, too, which would make me panic. It just, like... that's why they do give you some drugs when you go to the hospital for this, because, like, just doing it alone, it's like, this is almost impossible. And I ended out in jail anyways, but and then in rehab.
This guy sounds like he needs to be on some kind of anxiety medication. Like, I don't know if he's going to therapy and getting his anxiety resolved, but if he's not, I think he should.
Which was probably good. So that's where we went with that. Here, more to music and panic attacks. I don't know that there's much to actually see here, other than my setup. I'll explain it to you guys. I did try to eat, almost impossible to eat too. I had a breathalyzer to make sure that, like, the alcohol I did drink, I didn't drink too much either. These had alcohol in them, the cups, and I drank tons of water, as you can see. Like, I was trying to rehydrate myself while slowly coming down off alcohol.
Yeah, so he did try and do it himself. This is like the worst ways to fucking possibly do it. Jesus. Just don't do this, like, ever. Go get, like, professional help so that you don't, die.
of course, in the video. Weirdest flashlight I ever got at Uber. It's flat. I don't know what other stuff is. But yeah, I'm just sitting here and I can't really leave this spot. I believe that's my puke towel there on the ground, which is disgusting because I wasn't capable of even getting up to puke. I couldn't get up. I wasn't strong enough anyways. Like, I'd have to just puke on the ground onto a towel and go, or do nothing. That was horrendous. Let me see this one.
And I really should probably remove that puke towel because it's touching my shoe and that's disgusting. Oh, there's my emotional support kitty. Cloud, can you clean it up for me, please? No. Please.
Let's see.
You're so cute.
I mean, Cloud really did stick with me through everything. Like, and chips were like palatable. That's why I had chips there. Like, it's not like I could.
Yep,
really,
cat.
I didn't have a lot of choices on food. Everything tastes terrible during it too. It's so weird. Like everything. And if you eat something during it, when you feel better, you never want to eat that food again because you like associate it with feeling like you're gonna die. Because it's like mental and physical and everything at the same time. That's like why I thought it was important to show this kind of thing. Because like. It's not just someone has the flu. It's nothing like that. You might be sick stomach-wise like that, but like everything is going on. Trust me. Like you have the worst anxiety of your life. Like you are depressed like you've never been depressed ever. Like it's so weird. All hitting you at the same time. Brain isn't functioning right. It's not like a good combination.
Time to try to eat some actual food. This is leftover from yesterday.
The shaking's pretty bad.
Ugh. Not sure how much I could eat. My fancy microwave.
Yeah, not the most exciting video in the world, although the food does look pretty good, honestly. But yeah, I'm shaking like crazy. Like that can get so bad too, and it's gotten horrible for me. It lasted when I went to rehab this time and actually got sober. Like I've been sober for long now. It lasted a month and a half. I was shaking for. When I got to rehab after jail, it was 3 weeks sober, and I couldn't get my own food. People had to get food for me because I was shaking too much to even pick up food. It was horrendous. Because this shaking right here is with alcohol, like in my system, like that. Imagine how bad it is without it, which you'll see as we get further.
As a certified Italian, I must have enough Parmesan cheese on my Asian food. That should be perfect. If I had twice as much.
I can't tell, the withdrawals made me sound slightly more racist during that. I'm definitely very Italian, and I put Parmesan on everything, so I'm glad that was still in me, so I was still kicking in there. You knew there was hope when I doused it in Parmesan cheese. That's how I feel, at least. And, I put this in the first video at the end. Like, this is how bad I was shaking without drinking, pretty much. It gets to the point where, like, you actually can't pick up a drink to stop it with the two-hand drink. I've thrown one all over my face before when I was trying to get better. Like, and the thing is, guys,
withdrawals are horrible. Also, Grums is full damage control on saying he didn't want Ghosts of Yotai to fail. Of course he is.
You drank? Like, if I drank a good amount of alcohol, I'd feel 100% good. Great. Get up.
They got to start backpedaling and saying things like, "Oh, I always knew it was going to make numbers. Dancing,
whatever, go out, but like to get better, I have to go through this. So it's so easy for someone to like relapse trying to go through this. Like that's the problem with it. And that's why you need medical supervision in the first place, which I think that's what we're going to go into here. I'm not going to
now he says it. Now he says medical things where he's just been saying, one of the options is you can do it on your own.
Monetized, but I puked on my electrical outlet, which is kind of scary to think about. I couldn't even move and miss it. And it looks like I just threw napkins on it. That's not good.
I do too. I want him to recover. No one needs to be in this situation at all. I just don't like this performative, I'm helping people because I'm talking about it kind of thing. It's like, this just isn't it.
And yeah, here's a breathalyzer. So I do breathalyze myself. So let's check that out. I think I can talk through this one.
It's so hard to feel up to recording anything right now.
Yeah, I didn't want to record.
I really couldn't record too
bad.
much. I don't know.
Why is that cat so tiny?
Yeah,
I just felt too sick most of the time.
But you can see it's there, right there. I'm 100% sober. Wouldn't trust me to drive.
I'm drunk and I needed to vent a comment I got. Maybe the wrong stream for it. No, shoot, damaged. It's fine. No, I don't need this to be bigger. I just need the cat to be bigger. Because the cat can still be tiny. Anchor. Oh, there it is. Scale ratio. Give me a second. Need to send you a DM. Okay. This is a little better. There we go. That's a cat. And join voice chat. All right, bud. Come on in. We'll finish it out. This is pretty much almost done anyway. Now about halfway through. And it's just kind of him repeating what he's already said. I don't think we're getting, and now he's showing himself work out. So yeah, I hope he gets down to the road to recovery. Let's see what drunk. Let's see what you have to say here, bud. Let's see. Boom, boom, boom. Live stream. Boop. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Awesome. What's going on, Damaged?
I mean, I'm not that drunk, but, but anyway, do you have that comment that I sent you?
Yeah, I'm pulling it up here in just a second.
All right, if you want to look at the conversation first before I say what I'm going to say.
Yeah. So you went at,
or I could just go off. I don't.
No. Let's take a look here. Let's get you behind me at first, and let me pull it up here. I'll read it with everyone, and then where is X? Oh, because it's on reading. Yep, there it is. Boop. So we got Billy Mitchell saying, "Can someone give me context on the Ghost of Yotai hate? Some hate that it's not Jen. Some hate that it's a woman. Some hate it because she's not hot. Some hate it because the voice actor said they are Antifa. Some hate it for having certain mini games, even though it's pretty much the exact same ones in Tsushima. Most don't hate it." And then we've got this Vikino. If most don't hate it, why hasn't the studio behind it nor PlayStation posted their sales? Remember, if it was a success, they would have posted the sales by now. The boycott worked wonders. These people are fucking morons. Even Grums, who wanted this game to fail, admits it's doing just fine. Just stop. Most people don't care about this political shit and just buy games and enjoy them. Good old Grums. Folks, I call it like it is. The numbers of Yote are looking fine. When numbers are good, I post them. When numbers are bad, I post them. Qualified for a sequel to a surprise hits first game, they are less than what you would expect. So this is because what's funny about this is that Smash JT is on the opposite end of this. Did I want it to underperform? Yes, because regardless of if any game is good, I believe... Are you fucking kidding me? I believe in sending a message that political violence is never right. What political violence has to do in the game? Even the chick who made the joke didn't do political violence. And I support for terrorist groups like Antifa. Antifa was just recently called a terrorist group that assaults people every day. Now is wrong. Voting with wallets is the only way you can do this. Did I predict it would? No. I even said several times that there it is. I even said several times that the U.S. political drama is unlikely to make a dent in global sales. So yes, you prefaced it beforehand. I still believe Sony would be disappointed that it did not get the huge sequel sales boost that typically follow on the surprise hit of the first game in the series, but the game paid for itself and made a profit. So, yeah. And then this guy said, rephrasing my reply, I genuinely doubt the only reason people don't buy games is because they don't like them. There's always more. What? There's always more to it than that. What?
Can I jump in now?
Yeah, do your thing. Rant, bud.
Okay, like, this isn't like a big rant. It's just, I want to reply to this, but it's so retarded. I don't know what I'm supposed to reply with, because it's like, there's two reasons I can think of why you wouldn't buy a video game. You either don't like it, or you're fucking broke.
Yeah.
You can't afford it. And like, I was going to respond to this person and be like, would you buy Ghost of Yotei? Which they would respond with no. And I'd be like, well, why not? And it's like, okay, because you don't like it. It's like, okay, but why not? And then they'll list political shit. And I'm like, okay, so what do you mean, like, the what does it say? The only reason people don't buy games is because they don't like them. It's like, but it is though. Other than being broke and not able to afford it.
Yeah. And well, some people you say they could afford it, but they don't want to pay the price for it. But yeah, it's kind of along the same thing. Like
okay, that's true. Yeah, like you don't want to pay for an $80 version of Mario Kart.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? I get it, but
it still falls in. Yeah. It still falls into that same category of like don't want to spend the money on it.
I just don't know what I'm supposed to say to this.
I mean, it's you should just put that thing with the meme from oh god, what's the movie? This is probably everything you said was wrong, and everybody in the room is dumber for you having said it. Should do something like that.
Why though? He'll just you posted that video. It doesn't mean anything. Oh, you're just a meme lord.
Yeah, well, I mean, everyone says that. You're a troll if they don't like you. You're a troll if you're saying what it's against them. Is this economy? Gaming is becoming a luxury. Yeah, it really is becoming a luxury. And we're already down to the point where the average gamer only plays 1 to 3 games on average. So people aren't going to. If people are buying this game.
Sorry, I'll let you talk.
Yeah. No, you're good. If people are buying this game and it's doing well and it made its money back, that's saying something about, and even then it's only a little bit cheaper, like $60 game. So yeah. Anyway, what were you going to say?
I was going to say that what you said about how Smash was saying the opposite of Grums.
Mm-hmm.
You're absolutely right. And there's what you covered before, the thing I sent you before about Colin Moriarty going at it with Smash.
Mm-hmm.
There's a comment. I wanted to quote tweet this and say something. I wasn't exactly sure how to say it though.
Yeah.
It's pretty obvious what my point is, but I wanted to like say it in a way that like really punches, and I just didn't know how to say it.
I get it.
And I have to find it real quick. So Spanish right now.
Yeah, I think I have it in the. Yeah.
It's a different. It's one of Smash's replies.
Okay.
So Colin Moriarty, there's Mighty Keith. This one.
We'll do this just so I don't dox you again. No.
Dox.
Not dox you. Leak your DMs again.
All right, I sent you a comment.
All right.
You already went over it, but it's the one I want to talk.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I remember this one. Boom, boom, boom. Ba-dum, ba-dum, bum. Let's bring you back up. Boop. Yeah, I remember this one. That's right. That's literally my point, Colin. When the data is locked behind paywalls and filters through analysts with the publishing tiers, my skepticism here isn't ignorance, it's common sense. Access doesn't equal objectivity. You sound pretty aggressive to take a stand defending Matt here, whereas I'm looking for factual information. This isn't the dunk you think it is. So what were you trying to say about it?
The funniest part to me about this is he's basically admitting that him, Endymion, Jay Viper, Grums, and all those other people have no access to anything real. And yet they want you to believe that they have insider sources, they have access to real data. You can't have it both ways.
If you're gonna hold on. Did Smash ever say anything about his insiders?
He does it all the time.
Yeah. Well, I mean, specifically for Yote.
For Yote, I don't know, but he does it all the time. But the point is that he has done videos on Endymion. Somebody posted that in the comments underneath that tweet where he's talking about Endymion's quote unquote sourced numbers. I'm sure he's, I mean, I don't know this for a fact, but it wouldn't surprise me if he did the same thing for Jay Viper.
If it was me, go ahead. Finish your statement before.
No, you say what you're going to say.
I'll say if it was me, because just the kind of person I am, I would find that Endymion video and clip where he's talking about, the sources and use that, be like, hey, you said that it's only about data and all of this, but here's you using Endymion sources without any proof of, objective data. Because, this is something they do all the time.
Yeah, and it's like, how is it that Jay Viper can get up there and Endymion can say, I have access to this data and I've done my own analytics, but then at the same time, and then Smash JT uses their information to say whatever he's going to say about Yote or any other game, their sales and stuff. But then now he's like, oh yeah, I totally understand, Mr. Collin, that we don't have access to anything that means shit.
Well, most of them don't.
You do, but we don't. And it's like, okay, but you just defeated every fucking argument you've ever made when it comes to sales figures for any game you call woke, because you don't have connections to these backdoor fucking publisher connections that you clearly say you don't have. So where are you getting this data from because you say because they say, oh, we have people close to these developers or close to the publishers, and that's why our data is real and you can trust us. And yet here's Smash just flat out saying, yeah, we don't have that shit, bro. Sorry.
Yeah. No hardcore evidence has come out. It's like it's probably one of the funniest contradictions. When it comes to Jay Viper, he's got a very specific tactic, and it's really easy to see. I think it's why part of the reason he hasn't become more popular is his tactic is to wait for some small piece of information to come out, like from a shitter website or something like that, then make an average guess on what it's going to be. And he uses a wide net. Like he said, it was going to be between 1.3 and 1.8 million for the first day or something like that. So he's trying to make the net as wide as possible, so then he can then say that he's right when it comes out. And he says, well, I was right about these other games, but I bet you if you went back and looked at it, it's the same thing. An article came out. He says he didn't see the article, but it was clearly being passed around the anti-woker sphere, and then go through there. With Smash, this is why I'm always hard to call Smash a grifter, because I think legitimately Smash is just retarded. He's just dumb. I've heard him talk about things, and almost nothing he does, he can keep a straight narrative to, right? Good old.
Sorry to unmute.
No, you're good. Everyone wants to be a wannabe journalist nowadays. That's right.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't understand how they can tear themselves apart like this and not realize it.
Well, you got to remember. They've been able to do this stuff for well over around 2 years now, I would say, and they haven't had to go back and prove it because the people would just believe them. More and more subscribers, they're having to duck into, making, the smaller guys are having to bring it all together. Even some of the bigger guys, you look at what's happening with Geeks and Gamers, are having to consolidate power, but they're not changing anything about their tactics. They're just doing the same things and hoping for the result they used to have. It's like no intelligence of what's going on. Like that's it. I don't know how else to say it.
No, I gotcha. Here's when it comes to this kind of stuff, I feel like the biggest thing that makes these people look so retarded, and it's not just in the gaming space, is that when you make stuff political, when you have this political ideal that you fight for no matter what, like just for, especially when it comes to people that do it for clicks and money, because they're not that different from politicians, and politicians lie all the time or get caught in lies all the time, whatever. It's just when you do this for this like idealistic mission, you're gonna fuck up. Like you're guaranteed to fuck up. I got into it with Gene Park about him calling out somebody for quote unquote spreading misinformation, and I'm like, I'm just gonna make this really quick because I don't want to get off topic. But he was going after somebody because an email from Nintendo had misinformation, and then they posted about it, and he was like, well, that's a misinformation that makes you bad. And I'm like, well, that's not them spreading misinformation. That's Nintendo providing misinformation at, regardless of the level of representative that it is. You shouldn't go after that person. If you want to bitch about somebody, go after Nintendo. The difference here is that they make up shit. Like this, like, even like professional journalists like Gene Park will, and I told him this, I'm like, you will publish bad information, but I would never go after him and say you're spreading misinformation. I would go after the person that gave the journalist the bad information, and that's what I was trying to tell him. But in cases like this, when you're doing it for like politics, it's like you just say shit. You just make shit up. Like you can't, and this is the perfect example. You can't go around telling people you have close connections to developers, publishers, whatever. And then when Colin's like, oh, well, they keep everything private and they only do it in these like backroom deals with like a lot of money being exchanged for this data. And then Smash is like, oh yeah, like I totally know that. It's like, okay, so how do you and your friends get all this shit then? You're clearly saying you don't. So you just basically called you, Grums, J Viper, and Demon all liars because you don't have access to this fucking information.
Yep.
Only big publishers like IGN or whatever do, because they can afford to pay whatever these like backroom deals are. And I get the skepticism. I will give Smash AT this. I get that that's fucked up. I totally agree. I think that they should either just like publicly say what the sales are or just not tell anyone.
Mm-hmm.
But it does happen, and you can't acknowledge it happens and then say that you and the people you like have the data when you clearly don't, and you admit you don't.
Yeah, it's trying to think. I mean, it's pretty much the same thing that I said. Their whole life has been built around this kind of ideal of woke gaming and things like that, where I don't even think they think they're making it up anymore, that they actually believe this stuff. Like it's someone will make a video, like Smash will make a video, and then Endymion will make a video. That's a better option, and then Smash will watch it and he'll say that Endymion's video is good information, that he's got good insiders. Smash will say he's got good insiders. It's mind-boggling that anyone still believes them. And yeah, I did save it, Kamoji. I saved this image so that I can have it for later. But again, it's why I think they're dying, and it's becoming a dead medium, the anti-woker style. So hopefully it'll keep dying. More people will stop listening to them, and they can change over to some other content. Maybe just playing video games for fun for once.
Right there, though.
The funny thing about that is that the most chill that I've ever been with Smash is on his gaming streams on his second channel. Like, me and him are actually kind of cool on that channel. I'll admit it straight up. Like, I've helped him like with games and shit. Like, he was playing Silk Song, and he's like, I don't know where to find this thing. And I'm like, oh, it's over here. And he's like, oh, well, I've been there like 2 or 3 times. It's not there. And I'm like, no, just go there, mess around a bit, and you'll find it. And he found it and thanked me for it. Like, I'm not like a person that hates these people and like, wants everything to go wrong for them. But when they act this retarded, I'm just like, what are you doing? Because you're going after people like Alyssa and all these quote unquote gaming journalists for giving stupid or bad information. And here's your fucking dumbass saying that you and all your friends don't have access to the data while you're promoting all their fucking videos and tweets saying they have the fucking data. What are you doing? Like, I don't get it. I don't get how people can be that, like, so fucking separated that they don't even realize they're calling themselves liars. Like, that's basically what it comes down to. If that makes sense. Are you muted or something? Am I off your stream?
No.
Oh, you're crackling. You're crackling, man. Something happened with your mic. Starscream is like stunned in silence. Yeah, he was floored, man. Nah, not really. All right, I'll get off the chat, man. It was nice talking to you. All right.
Hello, hello, hello. Is that working now? Is it still crackling? I got to figure out what's causing that. Anyway, guys, if you can hear me, y'all have a wonderful night, and I will talk to you next time. All right. Nice, nice. Y'all have a good night, guys.